Live from Handel Stadium on the campus of Western High School in Anaheim, California, Pioneer Football is on the air. Hello, everyone. Kent McHale along with Justin Conley bringing you tonight's Delta League contest between the CAPO Valley Cougars and your Western Pioneers. Tonight's game features two teams with experienced coaches, dual-threat junior quarterbacks with 4-1 records, and are ranked number 14 and number 17 in the county. Both teams coming off dominating wins the past 2 weeks. What should we expect tonight, Justin?
Two very evenly matched teams. I expect a very tight battle. And, in this league, it's not really a week you can take off. It's all really evenly matched teams. Perfect right there. Evenly matched teams. And, Western's going to have to battle for this one tonight. It's no doubt that both of these teams have what they do well. And taking care of the ball tonight is going to be as big as ever. Getting a couple stops on defense right. Both of these teams are capable. Last year, we've seen a huge change from preseason to league and the toughness of that schedule. And if you look at the rankings, like you said, 14 and 17, both of these teams are ranked at the top there, and it's no wonder that they're only 3 spots apart.
Yeah, that really is. And you got to think that both these coaches, they're both experienced coaches. Coach Davidson in his 12th year for Western, and then Sean Curtis in his 7th year over at CAPO Valley. Again, he's part of the Curtis family coaching stream over there. They've got it both together. Last week, Western beats San Dimas, routing them 55-7. CAPO Valley beats Foothill 42-7. It's just pretty wild. Offense and defensive scoring, Western scores 35 points a game. CAPO Valley scores 30. Run-pass ratio, they're both, Western, surprisingly, is a 50-50 passing team, where CAPO Valley is more of a runs more than Western. They're a 60-40 run-to-pass team.
Western, though, this year has a different type of running game. That running game can really gash you. We've seen in other years that our running backs would have really, really good games against the competition that's at our level or just below, but sometimes we would struggle running the football behind the line, or a running back would struggle running the football on these elite matchups. Last year, a la, El Modena, stuff like that, right? El Modena took us out with their run game, and we weren't as effective. But this year, it's different. Having the athletes that are on this team this year in the positions that they're in really gives us a chance to jump on anybody at any time.
Let's talk a little bit about last week's game. Last week, Pioneers ended their pre-league schedule on a really high note with a 55-6 drubbing of San Dimas in a game that wasn't even that close. In a little more than a half, Chance Thomas throws for 327 yards and 7 touchdowns, as well as running one in. Just, a real dominant performance by Chance Thomas.
Yeah, no doubt. Chance, came out. They came ready to go. It was a bummer we weren't able to get up for that game and be able to do a broadcast, but they went out to San Dimas and really took care of business. It was a business trip. That's what you call that. Chance really, just taking care of everything he needed to do in a half. The rest of the guys very much so. And they come back this week, well rested, of course, and ready to go for league play.
Yeah, after that bye week, they really had a lot of time. Bunchy Young was on the receiving end of 4 of those touchdown patches. Aiden Payne, he added 2. Osei and Osegbe grabbing 1 as well. Nice to see those guys actually stepping up. And, again, Bunchy having another huge game to go along with what he's done already this season.
Yeah, and a big shout-out goes to Aiden Payne, who had his real breakout game the last time we were here at Western, or Handel Stadium. Had an interception return for a touchdown, had an offensive touchdown, and just really showed how comfortable he is on the field. Aiden got his first offer after that game, and then went and took care of business as well. Of course, Bunchy Young, always showing out, always getting the love that he deserves for being a good, solid athlete, a good, solid scholar, and a great human.
Well, that says a lot about the magnet that these guys have. Skylar Lindsey's already a UNLV commit, so they're out here watching Skylar. And wow, look at this guy that's out there just dealing like Aiden did, and it was really he had one heck of a game, and he followed that up with another big outing this past week at San Dimas.
Well, I told him, actually, just to say one thing about that after the game, I told Aiden specifically, I said, hey, you reached another level of speed tonight. That was impressive. And then, of course, he got an offer. And, it's a lot easier for us to see up here, but if they can see it, the scouts can see it on the sideline, how fast he was when he got the ball in his hands, it's really starting to click for him. And it's special when you see a player who's already a really good player, but starts to click. You're around guys who are great, and all of a sudden you become great. That's what I feel like we're witnessing with Aiden.
Yeah, I think you're right. He is kind of coming into his own. He's only a junior, so he'll be back again next year with Chance Thomas. On the ground, Skylar Lindsay led the way, 146 yards, only 11 carries. And again, this was all. It wasn't. It was somewhat by design, but again, the game got out of hand so quickly. It was just big play after big play after big play. But as good as the offense was, I think the story of the night might have been the defense holding the Saints to 0 passing yards, 117 yards total offense, and 65 of those coming on the last drive against when Coach Davidson had already put in the junior varsity guys basically to finish up the game. It was an incredibly dominant performance because San Dimas came into the game. They were an offensive powerhouse, and boy, they absolutely got shut down by these Pioneers.
Yeah, the Pioneers went in there and showed them how to play football and made them play rugby.
Well, Aiden Luna led the way with 8 tackles, a sack, and 2 tackles for loss. So Aiden's also a junior. He's nice to see him coming in here and getting things done as well.
I did get a little word on the street. I'm not sure if this is right, but Aiden will be playing some offensive line today as well. Is that correct?
Yeah, Aiden, he definitely is playing the offensive line.
Definitely a leader of the team, a guy who puts in a ton of work and has prepared himself to be one of those guys you can trust to go both ways. He's a cerebral guy. He gets his sacks and a lot of his defensive plays off his brains. So I like that move for us. I believe he's going to be playing center tonight if I've seen it right. And if that's the case, you got another really heady guy out there taking care of business as far as just being smart in the football game. And got a great relationship with his quarterback as well.
Well, he's Aiden's also he's been doubling as a long snapper lately. So it's nice to see Aiden out there getting a lot of things done. We saw him a lot last year, and he was a guy who was just running all over the place. And right now, this year, seems to really be getting it done. Last year's game against Capo Valley, Capo won that game 35-25 at Capistrano Valley. And Bunchy Young, that was his first game as a Pioneer. He went for 200 yards and 2 touchdowns in a losing effort. His coming out party was something to be seen.
Apparently Capo Valley doesn't have certain commercials down there during the Super Bowl or something else because they had no idea who Bunchy Young was coming into that game, and they found out real quick. Everybody else, we already knew who he was. We were excited for him to come, after having a sit-out period last year for him to get on the field. And this year has just been so much bigger and even more consistent. So you got to love what Bunchy does. Bunchy puts in the work. Tonight we're going to get to see that continued and renewed connection after the bye week with Chance Thomas, Bunchy Young, Osei, all the rest of the guys.
Okay, we got the Pioneer Marching Band going to be doing the national anthem, so we'll respectfully be quiet and listen.
Beautiful rendition tonight by your Western High School band, taking care of business. Everybody up tonight. Capo Valley has traveled pretty well tonight. I'm getting ready to kick off league play.
Well, the captains for tonight's game, the Pioneer captains are on the field. They're getting ready to walk across and do the coin toss. Tonight's captains are Chance Young.
You
You can't combine
Bunchy.
Bunchy and Chance.
Yeah, you can, right? Chance Thomas, Bunchy Young. Oh, God. Ernest Nunley and Jacob Taylor are the captains tonight for the Pioneers. Yeah, that was a good catch by you.
I've been good on the catches this weekend.
I've done that one or two times. That's pretty wild. And not my first mistake there. Again, this game has a really tight game. Capo Valley starts mostly sophomores and juniors, and tonight they're going to be without their leading tackler, Brady Hassett. That's going to be a big loss for them. He's the outside linebacker, leads the team in tackles and as well as hurries, and not quite the sack leader, but Brady's really just done. It's going to be something that they're really going to miss tonight. We'll see how the coaching staff handles that, but that's going to be something to see how the Pioneers can handle or how they can take advantage of that.
And more chance than not, they prepared the week knowing or understanding that he likely wasn't going to go. And if he was going to go, it was going to be a plus. But, typically it's a pretty, I wouldn't say serious, but I'd say typically it's a hurtful injury, and it's still really holding you down if you're allowing it to keep you out of the first game of league play here.
Well, let's run through the starting lineups for the Pioneers tonight. Chance Thomas at quarterback, Skylar Lindsay the running back, and Ernest Nunley will be running back as well. Bunchy Young, Osei Onosegbe, and Aiden Payne the receivers. And up front, Nick Costanza, Moses Hogan the center, Aiden Luna, Marley Hogan, and George Lopez the tackles. On defense, Aiden Luna outside up front along with Donovan Davis and Ian Douglas. The linebackers are John Hardy, Deshaun Rufus, and Bryce Bias. And the backfield will be Elijah Washington, Ernest Nunley, Taiwan Nesby, and Aiden Payne. And when they go into nickel, Osei Onosegbe will be back there as well. Those are your starting lineups for your Western Pioneers.
A big difference from, more recent years where you had like 5 or 6 guys going both ways. Now you got guys like Osei who can clearly play both ways every snap and every down, but, has the pleasure of really getting a heavy dose tonight at running back and pitching in there at nickel, right, when we're needed. And we will see that time where it's needed. And Osei is a difference maker, so you do want to have him on the field, but a little bit of a different strategy this year than other years. You got a lot of guys that are ready to go. This team's done a great job of, staying in shape in the offseason and being healthy during season. So we are hoping and praying for the same thing tonight and another good competitive game here and to start off league, Kent. I think we're going to have a very exciting season this year.
Well, HS Ratings agrees with you. They've got this game as a 28-27 game with the Pioneers up front. And I couldn't agree more. I think this can be a really tight game. May come down to the kicking game. You've got both kickers are a lot of pressure on them tonight, especially for the Pioneers. Let's talk a little bit about the game. The key matchups tonight. Quarterback Talon Spencer, he's their leading rusher as well. Justin, what does that do to the defense?
It puts the defense under a lot of pressure because you have to adjust to having a quarterback that can rush too, because he's got a read option. So he can give the ball or he could take it. And if you don't make the proper read or somebody's just, 6 inches outside of the spacing they're supposed to be in or where they're supposed to be at, it affects you downhill on the rest of the defense. So, most importantly, when you have a quarterback that's a threat of running the football, you guys got to all be in position. You got to know where you're supposed to be and get there immediately and play as a team. This quarterback's shown that, he's effective. Chance is effective running too, but Chance is a little different. He's not looking every play to run or looking for a read before he runs. He's looking to pass first, and he runs when he has to. So it's just a different style of football.
Capo offensive line, they average 250 pounds a man up front. The left side's got a couple seniors. There's 2 sophomores and a center at right guard. So you've got a little bit of inexperience over there for Capo Valley up front. That could pay dividends again for the Pioneers.
Yeah, the Pioneers, they're very sporadic and strategic when they bring pressure, but when they do, they have a tendency to send 2 at some of the younger guys on the line, and I really like that strategy. You send one guy and one guy just a second behind, and it's tough as a sophomore to pick up what's coming your way. Western's done it very effectively this year. We've been playing in the backfield a lot, and we've done a great job on the rest of the defensive line of holding that line as well when we are bringing a backer on a blitz and getting there alone when we just bring 3 or 4.
Well, Capo brings a lot of pressure. They'll bring it almost every single play. They've got 20 sacks on the season, along with 19 hurries, 9 interceptions, and 30 tackles for losses. That's one of the things that the Pioneers haven't done a really good job of this season, is being able to get to the quarterback. And that's going to be something that they'll need to do tonight to make this Capo Valley quarterback, Spencer, get him off the dime there. Their leading rusher is Aiden Hall. Their second leading rusher is Aiden Hall. Good-sized kid. He's really good, thick put together guy. So this is something that Pioneers are going to actually have to tackle, and that's something that sometimes they haven't been rushing to the ball. Again, the last 2 weeks, it's been something special. Well, the Pioneers will be receiving the ball to start this ball game, as we are moments away from getting this game at handle. Again, due to NFHS Network's exclusive rights, tonight's game is available on audio only. We'll have highlights, full highlights after the game. So, again, we'll be able to call this game live audio for you, you folks listening at home and looking at this nice screen. We'll be able to hopefully give you a bird's eye view like we used to do on radio, Justin.
And hopefully somebody's down there recording this so that
no, it's being recorded
you're
upstairs.
Getting something. Oh, upstairs. Okay, great.
Yeah, they got the highlights going upstairs, so they'll we'll be able to get our audio on here as well.
Awesome.
Okay. Western in their blue jerseys with the white numerals that we can easily read. Capo Valley with white jerseys with the black numerals, black pants, and black helmets. Scheid, the kickoff. Right-footed kicker. He's got 11 touchbacks on the season, and there's number 12 right there. Big leg by him is able to put that in, 5 yards deep, and Western will take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Great hang time on that kick, too. That guy's got a leg.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, you got a guy that can put the ball in the end zone like that. And again, there's a little bit of wind behind him. Some temperature's about 69 degrees. First game we've done this season where you've got no sun. We're completely lit up here by the lights here at Handle Stadium.
Yeah, now this feels like real football at the start of the game, having the lights on and being dark outside.
Trip receivers off to the left side. Lindsay in the offset just behind. Thomas quickly thrown out, complete. That's Dogba. He's able to get out, short gain out there to the left side there. Picking up 2.
Dogba with an intelligent play. Capo was on it. They had a lot of guys flowing that way and able to get to Dogba, but he just walked down on the tightrope down the sideline on the left side and was able to pick up about, actually, I think he got knocked out a little earlier than I thought, Kent.
Yeah, he only picked up a yard. Thomas sends Segbe in motion. Thomas rolls out to his right, quickly throws, complete. Breaking a tackle and almost getting to be very close to the first down is Bunchy Young. Bunchy's really close to that first down, and looks like he's going to be just shy. Maybe about a foot short. Third and a foot. Western's right on the ball. Thomas hands off. Lindsay hitting the backfield, and he drives forward. I think he might have lost the ball there. But pouncing on it was Western, and no gain as Lindsay's able to get up just enough. We'll see if we do what the Rams did last night and are up there going for it on 4th down. Spread set. Lindsay offset to the left. Thomas trying to get him to jump off sides. They're not budging. It's 4th down and a foot. Signal's being called in. We're looking for the back judge to raise his hand. Now he's up under center, looking for the tush push here. And I think he's got the first down. He does. First down, Chance Thomas takes it himself. First down, Western.
That was a great inside push there from the Western offensive line. Chance just picks up the space that he needs and gets the first.
You never see him taking it under center, and that's the first time he's been under center this season. And Segbe in motion, sets up quickly, throws, and incomplete. That ball might have been tipped. As it looks like the strategy right now for Western is to get the ball out of the hands of Thomas quickly because bringing pressure was Capo Valley.
Yeah, that time Jake Beisel comes up and is able to he's coming up on a blitz, and a late blitz. He's coming up. He's able to tip that ball up into the air and knock it out of direction towards the receiver. Break up that play altogether.
2nd and 10. Capo showing blitz. And they send 5. Toss out quickly. And Lindsey couldn't get outside. He gets taken in the backfield, goes down. He'll lose a few back to the 26-yard line. So maybe a 3rd down and 14.
Capo's excited tonight. They're ready to play, and they came out hungry. And that's Perry, the junior, coming up from the safety position to make the tackle.
3rd down and 15. Trips out to the right side. Bunch of Young offset by himself to the left. Thomas back to pass, steps up in the pocket. Now he takes off running. He's at the 30. Breaks a tackle. He's at the 40. He's going to be close to a 1st down. Chance Thomas picks up the 1st down, breaking a tackle and picking up a huge 1st down there on a 3rd down and 15.
Chance Thomas showing great leadership on that play. He drops back, doesn't see anything open. Everybody's in a coverage sack. Chance says, I'm going to take this and liven my team up. Turns up the notch a little bit, is able to pick up a 1st down after avoiding 1 tackler. And he gives his team a new life there. They were up against it.
Motion man comes. Back to passes Thomas. Steps away from the pressure and throws it away. Incomplete. He's well out of the pocket. He threw that almost into the stands. That'll bring up a 2nd down.
And right now it looks like Western is playing a little slower than typical, and Capo's, they're firing, they're playing fast. Chance maybe having a little bit of extra time to try to figure out what they're doing on defense and process it to get the ball to the right guy.
2 backs back there with Thomas. Handoff. That's Dogbaugh, and he picks up a yard. Again, sure tackling there by Capo Valley.
For Capo Valley, that was Trey Child on the tackle. Like you said, Ken, they have been impressive so far on the tackle. Sorry, that was Cade Epstein making the tackle. Very impressive on defense so far. This is going to be a chess game tonight.
3rd down and 8. 2 receivers on either side. Ball is on the left hash mark. Thomas back to pass. Being chased. Now he takes off running. And he's got a 1st down. He slides down right at the 1st down marker. Sharp, heady play there by Chance Thomas. Making it plays happen with his legs.
Great football IQ play by Thomas. He turns inside, sees the ref there, says, let me find where my sticks are at. Okay, I got the 1st down side by the ref. Nobody can hit me.
They'll mark the ball at the Capo Valley 45-yard line. 8:04 to go here in the 1st quarter. No score. Capo Valley and Western. 2 backs in the backfield with Thomas. Ball's in the left hash mark. Dogbaugh in motion. The hands off Lindsey. Hitting the backfield, and he'll lose a couple more. Skylar Lindsey having a tough way to get going so far, as Capo Valley just seems to be way too quick for the offensive line of Western so far tonight.
Capo Valley, Western's going to have to switch up some of their calls and the timing in which they make their calls, because Capo Valley is timing their blitzes right now really well. They're just basically sitting back and they're taking an early run from the linebacker position when they're going to blitz, and they're getting it spot on every time pretty much. So it looks like we've been going on 1. We got to switch it up, go on 2, go on 3, go on silent.
Trips out to the right side this time. 7 men at the line of scrimmage for Capo. Thomas quickly throws up. Bunch of Young's got it. Gets to the outside and dives forward to the 40-yard line. He'll pick up 8 on the play. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and a 6. Right at the 41-yard line at Capo Valley.
Explosive running after the catch for Bunchy Young, catching that wide receiver screen off to the right side of the field and turning it into a makeable 3rd down for his Western Pioneers.
Single back, that's Lindsey offset to the right on 3rd down and 7. Thomas checks out. Gets a different play in from the coaching staff on the sideline. Coach Vick sends it in. 3rd down and 7. Motion man comes. That's Eno Segbe. Rolling out to his left is Thomas. He's in trouble, and down he goes. Capo all over him as Thomas gets sacked all the way back to the Western 48-yard line. And he went down in a heap there.
And that's the middle linebacker, Jake Beisel, coming up on the blitz and making the sack on Chance Thomas. playing with speed there. He had fire on his head, and he wouldn't allow Thomas to juke him out. Thomas safely, though, comes down with the football, didn't risk that, and Western will be forced to punt.
Noah Inskeep averaging 33 yards a kick, standing at his own 37-yard line. CAPO looking to block this one, and Inskeep boots this one away. Kick bounces, picked up there at the 25-yard line, and down quickly right at the 23. He'll lose 2 on the play on the return. Nice job out there by the Pioneers.
That was
Taiwan Nesby.
That's 15.
Taiwan Nesby on the stop. That's where, back at the 23-yard line, that's where CAPO Valley will take over. 1st and 10, 5:24 to go. Here in the first quarter, no score. Western and CAPO Valley. Spencer has 2 tight ends. Single back offset to the left. Spencer, handoff, up the middle he goes. Breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle. Big running there by Aiden Hall. Telling you, he's a load, and he's hobbling coming off. Aiden Hall can't put any pressure at all on his left foot, and he's a second leading rusher.
I didn't quite see what happened there to hurt him, but...
Second down and 3. Hand off, and the ball's on the ground. I think Western's got it. And they do. The freshman, Abel Garrison, lost the ball, and Western right on it. And Western's got it in great position at the CAPO Valley 30-yard line.
And it looked like that was the junior Ian Douglas who knocked that one out, Ken. Western was all over it. Great job by the defense responding. CAPO Valley had a very solid series on defense and was able to stop the prominent Western offense there in the first series. And Western's defense gets a turnover and gives the ball right back to their offense in the same spot they left off with.
Western comes out 4 wide. Dogba and Payne out to the left. Skylar Lindsey behind Thomas. Thomas hit as he throws. Ball's up in the air. Looking for it all. He's got it! Touchdown! Western!
That's a superb effort by Rufus.
Rufus Dogba lays out and brings that one in as Terrence Thomas was hit as he throws. 30-yard strike, and Western's on the board.
And that's a man who loves football right there, Kent. That's the kind of guy who loves football. A guy who will lay out for the football right there, right in front of the post.
Rafael Rodriguez on to try the extra point. Snap down and is blocked. And Rodriguez's kick was blocked, so the score with 4:39 to go. Here in the first quarter, Western 6 and CAPO Valley 0. As Western takes one play to cash in on that fumble by the freshman who had to come in to replace the injured Aiden Hall. And Western takes over and cashes that one in on a Chance Thomas touchdown.
And CAPO Valley, on the other hand, showing their speed on special teams there, getting the block. That was a very nice play there. CAPO is going to come and throw the kitchen sink at you. That's what we're watching right now. 6-0. Western and CAPO already a back-and-forth game.
Yeah, and big plays on defense. CAPO Valley's speed is something that we haven't seen so far this season. Yeah, Huntington Beach was fast, but they weren't this fast. This is a different level of speed.
Yeah, Western and Huntington Beach look pretty equal in speed, but CAPO is playing like they've got fire on their shoulder pads.
Yeah, they do. Coach Curtis certainly has them going, and they're ready to go tonight. Rodriguez has the ball teed up at the 40-yard line. Very, very little wind that he's going to be kicking into. Ball's on the right hash. As a sophomore, right-footed kicker approaches the ball, averaging about 40 yards per kickoff. Ball's booted away, high kick. Bounces at the 10, picked up at the 8. Outside to the 15. And tripped up right at the 20-yard line. Nice job there of special teams again. That looks like Taiwan Nesby, another great job on special teams, making a tackle. Nesby's only a sophomore, but man, he's making his presence known. My gosh. He was solo cholo on tackle. And you see the Western Pioneer down there on the sideline. The mascot, we don't see him too often. Well, at least I don't see him too often. Garrison stays in at running back. He's a freshman. He's the third leading rusher for the Cougars. Motion man goes from right to left, cross formation, hands off Garrison, get to the outside, makes a cut, tackle down hard by Aiden Luna as he crossed the 30-yard line to the 33. 8-yard pickup there on first down.
It's Garrison showing great vision for a freshman. Can he cut off the side there on that carry and went one way, made one more cut, already 8 yards on first down.
Abel Garrison making amends after that fumble. Western with a 3-man fresh. Sets up, throws quickly, out complete, first down, out to the 43-yard line. And Justin, that's actually the first, in 2 weeks, that's the first passing yards against the Pioneers. First and 10, they've got it at the 43. Talon Spencer, hands off, up the middle he goes, off the left side. That's a different back out there this time. This time it was Bradley Rule, and he'll pick up 6. Rule pressed into service. Keeping it himself is Spencer, following the left side and picking his way through, and he's got a first down into Western territory down to the 43-yard line.
A couple tacklers from Western going high on the quarterback and having no success. Capo is too fast and too physical for you to go high on him. You got to tackle him where you're meant to tackle.
Capo's right on the ball. Empty backfield this time for Talon Spencer. 3:17 to go here in the first quarter. It's 6-0 Western. Spencer straight back, setting up a screen out complete to the left side, cuts in the middle. He's got a blocker, picks up another, bounces to the outside. He's got a first down and more deep into Western territory inside the 20-yard line. That was Jolan Gonzalez on the receiving end of that pass. Western had a shot to get him for a loss, but he's able to sneak his way through and pick up a deep passing all the way out to the 20-yard line.
Two of the Western linebackers took each other out, making that possible.
First and 10. Capo shifts over to the left side. Keeping it himself is Spencer, rolling out to the right. He's got time. He's got a man open, and just overthrown, incomplete. Ernest Nunley in coverage there. Second down.
That's the one he probably wants back as he lets go of that ball as he's running down the sideline. Maybe had the time to probably plant his feet and try to spot his target, but overthrew his receiver, who did have a step and probably about 3 inches on the defensive back.
Second down and 10. Capo Valley comes out, double tight end set, 2 receivers off to the left side. Garrison offset to his right. Rolling out and falling down is Miller. And as Spencer gets outside the 10, and that's no good. That's one of those non-contact injuries, and you hate to see that. I mean, that's just terrible.
It's a freshman.
He went down. No, that's not the freshman. Zayden came back in the game.
Okay.
Zayden Hall,
That's
and
terrible,
that's just
man.
those non-contact injuries.
He literally just went to take his first read step as a running back, or first step in general. He's not a linebacker.
Yeah.
Went down instantly.
Yeah.
They got to.
That's Booby Miles out there. He's done. You got to take him out.
Give him. Yeah. They were walking alongside of him. Didn't even give him the support. You got to give him some support. He's
Exactly. The guy can't put any weight on his left leg.
I wonder if he might have already been dealing with something and maybe just went down weird. But usually when that happens, if he's not dealing with anything, that's all bad news.
No, I mean he was hurt on that first in the very first carry, and he tried to come back in, tried to gut it out for his team.
Okay.
And you got to give him a lot of credit for wanting to do it, but that's just when you're hurt, you're hurt. I mean there's a hurt and then there's injured. He's injured.
Yeah.
So, you want him to get good because, that's a long season ahead here, and Capo Valley certainly need that running back there. 3rd down and 1. Ball's in the right hash mark at the 11-yard line. Keeping it is Spencer. He's got a 1st down off the left side. Pushes down to the 6-yard line. 1st and goal.
And Capo in 4-down territory. They do it. Decided to run the ball at the quarterback on 3rd. Western didn't have a response for it. They let Capo get a little bit too wide of a push there on the offensive line and made it easy for the quarterback to pick up the 1st down behind a lead blocker.
1st and goal. Capo at the 6-yard line of Western. They're knocking on the door. Motion man comes left to right. Oh, hitting the backfield. Now Spencer, he gets that play blown up as there's a huge collision in the backfield between 2 Capo Valley players, and Spencer just took it himself and basically picked up a yard.
Yeah, the timing was off there between the quarterback, the running back, the wide receiver with the motion coming across from the receiver. I think the ball might have got snapped early, forcing the running back to go, and they collided with the wide. Then he collided with the wide receiver.
2nd and goal at the 5. Spencer, ball's on the ground. Not sure who's got it, but this is the 2nd time the ball's been on the ground. There's a scramble down there. I haven't seen the officials point, and they do. Western's got it. It's the 2nd fumble of the night. This time as Capo Valley was going in, and Western jumps on it. I want to say as Aiden Luna was on the ball there, Western turns away the tide.
Actually, like Ian Douglas coming up there with the football. He's the one who slammed it into the ground afterwards.
Okay.
Got to be careful doing that, though.
Yeah, exactly, especially back there.
No use in spiking that football there, young man.
Well, Western's got it. 1st and 10, back at their 5-yard line. 1:27 to go here in the 1st quarter. It's 6-0 Pioneers.
Add a penalty to that, and you know where we're at? The 1-yard line, right?
No, it'd be half the distance.
Okay, so the 2 or 3 yard line, you're making it much tougher on your quarterback to get out of there.
Well, here we go.
Be careful with that.
You got to imagine pressure's coming from Capo Valley. They're a fast, high snap, and breaking through the right side a little bit was Lindsey, as he's able to corral that and get it out to the 9-yard line, get out of the shadow of their own goal line.
Yeah, great job by Lindsey using that old school running back technique of having that opposite hand hold you up as you're falling to the ground and getting those extra 2 or 3 yards, or 2 yards in this case. Well, he got hit right at the line of scrimmage. It must have. Yeah,
he's able to pull a yard out of that, and that's about it. 2nd down, and we'll call it a long 8. 2 backs in the backfield with Thomas. Bunchy Young comes over in motion. Hand off Lindsey. Lindsey just can't get going. He's hit the line of scrimmage again. No push. And that's all he got, just the line of scrimmage.
This Capo Valley team is fired up to play on defense, and they've really zoned in on this run. They've had trouble. Western's had trouble really getting any consistent running game going so far here in the 1st quarter.
Well, with 22 seconds to go, we'll see if they even get this play off. And I think they're just going to go ahead and take a little bit of time and go the ends of the other opposite end of the field, but we'll see. Clock is winding. We're at 8 seconds to go. Thomas barking signals, and that's the end of the 1st quarter. The score at the end of one from Handel Stadium: Western 6 and Capo Valley 0. It's time for the Western shout-outs. Got to say hello to Vicky Takach. She's recovering at home. Randy Bowser, the Davidson clan, Bruce Bible, my lovely wife Cameron, and a special Pioneer shout-out to the Monts, who's at the house waiting for as well. And I got another shout-out coming for Jeanette Brown. She's a mom of Coach Tremaine Brown. So give those are the Pioneer shout-outs. Justin, do you have any?
Big shout-out, like you said, to Josh Davidson and his family out there in Wisconsin. He gave us a hard time. He gave us a comment on YouTube and then wondered why we didn't give him a shout-out. So if he's listening tonight, give him a shout-out. He had a message for his little brother who's out here coaching tonight, Coach DVs, I believe, and he said, just tell Dope he doesn't have to watch. That's what we call Jeremy Davidson. We call him Dope. That's his nickname. He said, just tell him he doesn't have to watch film every morning at 5 or 5:30 a.m. Just go out there and be great.
Why do you call him Dope?
The complete opposite of
so
how
why do you
we've
call
been
him
taught.
Dope?
But that's Josh right there.
Okay.
Dope. Dope, D-O-B-E, Dope, because He was number 2, and somehow the nickname for duo turned into Dobe. So I can't really trace in my mind how that happened, but technically when we were all growing up, one nickname turned into nickname number 2, turned into 3, turned into 4, and you would have to know the lineage of where all those inside jokes came from to realize where nickname 10 came from.
That has nothing to do with Jeremy, so okay.
Well, it had something to do with Jeremy. They all have nicknames have something to do with them.
Okay.
But yeah.
Well, the Pioneers switched ends of the field. Now they'll be going from left to right towards the scoreboard side of the field on 3rd down and 9 from the 6-yard line. Western starts with an empty backfield. Ernest Nunley is in there. Thomas sets up quickly, throws complete out to the left side. Bunch of Young's got to break a tackle. He's got to get another one, but he didn't get there. It's not enough as he got out to the 14-yard line, and that's it. That's going to bring up a 4th down and call it 2. Now, I'm not sure if Coach Davis is going to roll the cubes here this deep in the end zone in their own side, but they're keeping the offense on the field.
Could try to get him to jump, and he's got timeouts in his pocket to burn one if he needs to.
4th down and 2. We'll see if Western actually snaps this ball. I don't think CAPO looks like CAPO's not fooled. Yeah, these well-coached teams, they're not going to jump. Well, you may as well give it a shot, right?
Yeah, why not? He's going to give it another shot right now, and then they're going to call timeout. This is just chess going on right here, poker, little gamesmanship, little gentleman. There we go.
And there's the timeout.
This is part of, as a coach, where you're teaching your quarterback about football too. And Coach Davidson really loves that quarterback to coach relationship. You guys know. You guys look at the social media. He loves coaching Chance up every chance he gets. Coach Davidson was a point guard growing up and really loves the ins and outs of every game that he has coached or been a part of. And I think when you do stuff like this, it's teaching the quarterback early, you know, all the tools that you have in your pockets that you could use down the line in an important game. So I like this stuff. It's craftsmanship to me.
Well, last night here, Cypress took on the Tustin Tillers, and Tustin walked away with a 39-0 shutout of the Cypress Centurions to start their Delta League play. And elsewhere tonight, you've got Trabuco Hills taking on El Medina. El Medina, the next week's opponent, at Fred Kelly Stadium. So here we go, 4th down, and Noah Inskeep checks into the lineup, looking to boot this one away. The return man's only back to he's right inside the 45-yard line. So either way, looks like CAPO's going to have great position with Isaiah Bennett standing at his own 45 for CAPO. Good snap, good kick, high kick, moves him back inside the 50-yard line. Now he breaks it out to the left. He's got a little bit of room and tackled just as he crosses the 40-yard line down to the 38. That's where CAPO Valley will take over. 1st and 10, 10:55 to go. Here in the second quarter, it's 6-0 Western.
CAPO doing a great job of putting their offense in a manageable situation here to start the series. Special teams there. The return man makes that catch. He had enough room in front of him to make one guy miss, and then that turned into a good 18-yard return there.
Yeah, it was a great return. Rule is back in the backfield next to Spencer. Spencer's got two men. Actually, now they shift over, so you got 3 to the left side. Spencer sets up quickly right side and incomplete. In and out of the hands of the intended receiver out there. Spencer put it right on the 4, and he couldn't haul that one in. 2nd and 10. Spencer will send 2 receivers out to the left side this time. Back offset to his left. He gets a handoff. Right side he goes. He's got a big hold, and Luna bumps him down as he crossed the 35-yard line to the 34. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and 4. The thing I didn't like about that play is Luna bumped him down instead of wrapped him up. You know, that's some of that. You saw some of that in practice, and you hear the coaches yelling about that. Like, no, you got to wrap him up. And Western jumps, and that'll be 5 the easy way for CAPO Valley. I think that'll be enough for a 1st down. going to be close.
Western had brought up a third down there, too, and had to manage one. That's what Western was trying to get them to do. They got Western to do. Like I said, a chess game going back and forth now.
And that's 5 yards the easy way and a first down for Capo Valley at the 28-yard line. Talon Spencer, the junior, nice job there. Get the Pioneers a jump. Spencer, play action fake, back to pass, sets up throws. Almost intercepted. Flags coming in all over the place. As Aiden Payne almost picked that one off, but even if he had picked it off, I have a feeling we're going to get the Pioneers for pass interference.
The Pioneers secondary's been hungry to get in some pass coverage and try to get the ball back in their hands that way, or back in our hands that way. That time in coverage, it looked like the slot receiver, probably a little bit too much contact with the cornerback that was on him or safety that was on him, and that's probably where the penalty came from, Kent.
Pioneers with 8 interceptions on the season, 4 of those belonging to Ernest Nunley. Payne with another one. He was looking to take that one to the distance, but wouldn't have counted anyway. As it is, brings up a first down after the penalty to the 14-yard line. Capo Valley on the move. That's Spencer up the middle. He goes, breaks to the right side. He's going to walk in the end zone. Touchdown. Talon Spencer keeps it himself and pushes it in for a Capo Valley touchdown. That's Spencer's third touchdown of the season.
Capo Valley just showing that any of them could be on the track team over there at their school, and that was a really nice cut that the quarterback made to juke the cornerback on our side, out Washington, who was ready to make the tackle on him and just made one extra step. The quarterback juked him, and he hit the line too fast. It was a touchdown. No one touched him.
Snap down, kick is up, and putting that thing right through the middle is Trey Schlid. The long snapper on that was Ryan Crow, and that with that extra point, that makes the score Capo Valley 7 and Western 6.
That's Capo Valley with their first lead of the night, and Western pretty much holding the lead all that first quarter, and Capo's shown that they have some momentum going their way right now. I would say that, you know, their defense is probably the most impressive thing we've seen in this game so far, outside of that one pass, the touchdown catch that we had. There was an absolute beauty, right? Capo Valley's just been showing a great all 11-man team effort.
Yeah, you know, you gotta, if you're objective about what we're seeing so far, you got to say that Capo Valley is actually outplaying Western on both sides of the ball. And if not for those turnovers, it'd be a little bit different story.
I agree.
Yeah, you got to.
A couple crucial turnovers by the running back and on the quarterback-running back exchange. And
well, this game's actually being handled up front. You know, the defensive line for Capo Valley has been a real problem for the Western Pioneers, the line to handle, and it's making a big difference tonight so far. As Lindsey, he's got negative yards rushing. Clyde approaches the ball, booms it away. This is returnable off to the right side, unless it goes out of bounds, and it does. So Western gets a little bit of a break here, so they'll mark the ball at the 35-yard line, and that's where the Pioneers will take over, 1st and 10. 10:14 to go here in the first half. It's 7-6 Capo Valley.
In the last two series, Western, after getting the turnovers, has played out of their own end zone pretty much. And now they'll have a little bit of space to breathe. They need to get out here and get back in some sort of rhythm, as Capo has just had us kind of slightly off on defense. I mean, slightly off on offense all night. They've been making us guess of where they're bringing their pressure from, which is smart, of course, but it's not nothing we haven't seen before, but we're having trouble understanding it and blocking all these guys here coming to the quarterback.
1st and 10, Pioneers that got it at their own 35-yard line. Lindsey goes in motion. Quickly throw it out, Lindsey to the right side. And a little bit of running room for Lindsey as he crosses the 40-yard line out to the 42. Pickup of 7 yards there on first down. Got to give a shout-out to the PA announcer here, your former principal, Ben Carpenter, on the PA calling the game tonight for the Pioneers here at Handle Stadium.
No, it's my original principal.
2nd down and 3. Thomas back to pass. He's got time looking for Bunchy. And, boy, he's being held up a little bit, quite a bit. No flag. A lot of contact going there as Bunchy couldn't really get into his route. And no flag there by the officials.
And you got to believe those cornerbacks get hyped up to play against Bunchy. You know, they know there's going to be media here. There's going to be cameras here watching Bunchy, see what he does, documenting the whole season pretty much. And when they make a play, they like to brag. That was no different.
Jack Schwinn singled up on him. Actually, he had double covered over there on third down. Inosepe goes in motion. That's handoff Lindsey. Stutter step through. He's got a first. Actually, it's Dogbaugh. He's got a first down and more. R.J. Dogbaugh had the first touchdown reception. There's a flag coming in late after the play. As there's a first down at the Capo Valley 42-yard line, and the flag comes in after the play. We'll see what this is about.
And R.J. Dogbaugh at running back is one of the very valuable pieces for Western that you often overlook with Skylar Lindsey getting the majority of the touches. But Dogbaugh has a bit of a change of pace, a similar style runner with great vision, as Skylar Lindsey does. But Dogbaugh, man, that was an impressive run, Ken. He just found the space he needed, made one cut, turned it north and south, and then kind of just danced through the next three spaces he had to get through to pick up all those yards. And what was that, a 20-some-odd-yard run by Dogbaugh just completely puts his team, you know, into their side of the field.
Yeah, it's well into Capo territory. Then they add on a 15-yard personal foul after the play, and that puts the ball at the Capo Valley 27-yard line, 1st and 10. 9:34 to go here in the first half. It's 7-6 Capo Valley. Back to pass is Thomas. Steps up in the pocket, flags all over the place. Thomas breaks a tackle, keeps on his feet, still rolling downfield. He's inside the 15. Another flag comes in. Got flags all over the place. It's flag day. So we'll see what the officials are going to sort out here. So you got 2 flags at the line of scrimmage. They're waving off 1 flag. Let's see what's going on here. If that run by Chance Thomas will stand, I think it might. As the officials waved off the flags from the side judge. Let's check out this flag that was thrown at the end of the play, and I want to say that looks like that may be against Capo as well. Well, let's see. Whitehead walks over to the middle of the field. And what does he have here? I don't know. We got the Pioneers walking backwards. So Chance Thomas made it out to the 16-yard line. There's a personal foul against Western, so that'll move him back. Looks like they'll move him back to the 31-yard line. No, they'll move him back 10 to the 26-yard line, and we'll replay first down. Okay, back to the 26-yard line. I didn't see what looked like it was personal foul, but
Yeah, they threw 2 flags originally in 2 different areas, and we only ended up with 1 penalty, so I'm not sure.
Well, yeah, there was 3 flags in the play. That last flag came in late, but not really sure what it's about. Now the side judge is going to go over and talk to the official to see what's going on.
But I think we got to walk off 1 more penalty here.
Well, no, those 2 on the side didn't count. They moved the ball. The ball was all the way down to the, we'll call it the 15-yard line. Then they moved it back 10. Let's see what the official's going to do over here. After conferring with his compadres down there. Now he winds the clock. Okay, he's not going to give us an explanation, but it's 1st down and 8. How about that? 1st and 8. 2 receivers out to the left side, ball's in the right hash. Straight back is Thomas. He's got time, looking for Bunchy. He's open. He's got it! Touchdown! Western! Bunchy Young!
And Bunchy Young using every last inch of the end zone to catch that one. He turns on the burners to get under that football from Chance Young. Another absolute airdrop out of the sky for Bunchy Young. Catches that one, and another touchdown for Bunchy. He is on fire this year.
That's Bunchy's 11th touchdown of the season. Chance Thomas now, that's number 20 for him. Chance Thomas having a little bit of a season so far.
And Chance has a special touch on that type of throw, Ken. What do they say? It's like Russell Wilson does that same throw. It's very tall and high in there.
They call it a moonshot.
The moonshot. Chance does a great job of that, and Bunchy finds it, gets the space he needs, turns his head up, speeds up just a little bit, finds it, is able to squeeze a great catch, no bobble, and both feet in the end zone with very little real estate.
Western's going for 2. Straight ahead. That's Lindsey trying to get to the right side. He's close. I think he's in. He's in. Skylar Lindsey takes it in for the 2-point conversion, and Western up 14-7 on the Capo Valley Cougars.
A great job by Western using their tempo. They're getting straight to the line of scrimmage, and Lindsey punching one in for 2 points to get Western back even to where they should have been after they missed that first extra point earlier tonight when Capo Valley blocked it. And looks like Western getting ready to kick out back to Capo Valley. We got 8:52 left to go in the second quarter. 14-7, your Western High School Pioneers lead the game.
Yeah, how about those Pios, huh? Jeez. Chance Thomas, well, he's certainly turning into a weapon now. You know, both with his legs as well as his arm. He's, when they talk about a dual threat, really didn't see him much as a dual threat before, but now you're seeing a lot of that. He drives alive with his feet, and actually on all those little short passes, turn the cause Capo to have to slow down their rush. So it's really making a difference right now. As you give Chance Thomas the time to throw the ball, it's trouble. Rafael Rodriguez on to try this kickoff from the right hash mark. Right-footed kicker approaches the ball. Sophomore line drive kick. Bounces, goes into the end zone for a touchback, and he's got to be happy. Rodriguez with a touchback. That doesn't happen, but he's been getting a little bit more leg lately as Ben Carpenter actually worked with him a little bit to help him with the kicking, and he gets a welcome high five there from Coach Davidson. And Capo Valley's back at their own 20-yard line.
That one was about as much of a line drive as you can kick.
Yeah, it was.
But we had some distance on it, no doubt.
Well, let's see what if the Pioneers can answer here on defense. As Gearson checks in at tailback. He gets it up the middle, and the freshman picks up a couple yards on the play, and that's it.
Capo getting a good push off the line. Leads them to 2 yards on first down. So the running back just pretty much bowled into the back of his lineman and fell to the ground.
2nd down and 8. Like Taylor was in on the stop there. Spencer keeps it himself. Play action fake. Hit as he throws. Balls up in the air, and I don't know if he came down with it or not. Officials are saying he got it. Oh, that was a heck of a throw there by Spencer. And that's enough for a first down. Boy, he hauled it in, barely keeping his feet in bounds, Isaiah Bennett. And that's a great, again, he was really being rushed there. Nice job by Spencer, the junior.
Yeah, Rufus Dogba had his number going in on the blitz. He was able to get away from it.
Quick out to the right side again. And flag comes in late. Maybe got a little face mask there. As Elijah Washington in on the stop. Let's check this one out.
Time Elijah Washington having trouble making the tackle. He grabs him high. To be possible horse collar or grabbing the face mask to make that tackle.
Well, there was a 7-yard pickup. And the white hat comes over. Personal foul face mask against the Pioneers. So that's going to move the ball into Western territory as penalties have become a big part of this game so far on both sides. As that penalty moves the ball to the Western 45-yard line. 8:07 to go here in the first half. It's 14-7 Pioneers. Spencer empty backfield this time. 3 to the left side. Quickly quarterback draw. Hit and dropped. It's like Bryce Bias came in and stopped him after a 2-yard gain.
You got to love the oomph with that tackle. That was Deshaun Rufus.
Was it? I thought that was 32.
I saw 44. I don't know. I might be way off tonight, Ken. I'm not sure.
I think you're right. 44. No, I trust your eyes better than mine. That's Deshaun Rufus. Empty backfield again for Spencer. Straight back to pass he goes. Rolls out to his right. Evades Rufus this time. And, boy, he's got an extra gear getting to the outside, and he gets knocked out of bounds just short of the first down. That's Talon Spencer.
He's fearless, Cam, when he's running the football.
He's fast.
Fast and fearless.
Now, I don't know if he's as fast as our guy from El Medina last year. That guy was a special fast, but Talon Spencer,
Mr.
he's got some wheels.
Xavier Guess, who is
Xavier
now at
Guess.
Cal Poly. Slow. I'm not sure which school he's at. He's playing football still, though.
3rd down and 2. Western 6 men on the line. And they're bringing another one. Spencer keeps it. He's got a first down off to the right side. That's the right side is the senior laden side that weighs about 250 pounds a man, and they're able to bitch the pile and get a first down there for Spencer.
And Capo, they just, we all snap the ball. We all try to leave at the same time. Capo's just a little faster as a group of offensive linemen at getting off that ball. They're very quick getting off the ball, and it helps their running backs a lot.
1st and 10 at the Western 32. Spencer play action fake, sets up throws. Tunnel screen, and Western sniffs it out. He'll lose a few on the play. As Ernest Nunley on the stop, he'll lose 5.
Yeah, that's the combination. And Nunley coming down and meeting up with his partner, Deshaun Rufus. Rufus coming from the linebacker position, Nunley coming from the DB position. They come together to make a big tackle on that attempted wide receiver screen.
I think Capo's probably going to throw that play out because that was well sniffed out. 2nd down and 14. Ball's on the left hash mark. Spencer, play action fake. Looking left, sets up throws. Incomplete. Another flag comes in late. They're going to get Nunley for a little bit of a hold there. Nunley does a lot of grabbing, and he's got his hand in the cookie jar there. Probably unnecessarily, as receiver wasn't expecting that pass at all. But we'll see.
Nunley's one of those guys, he likes to kind of get in your head a bit and be real handsy with you.
Yeah,
sometimes it comes to bite you a bit.
You can kind of get away with that in college, and again, he's
already at that level, and he's trying to practice his college skills, and sometimes it get called on this level. Yeah, stuff that you're definitely right. That would not have been called college level. That's fair game right there in college.
Well, that's going to give that pass interference is going to give Capo Valley another first down at the Western 21-yard line. 6:02 to go here in the first half. 14-7 Western. The Capo Valley's knocking on the door. Talon Spencer, ball's on the left hash. Handoff, double reverse coming around the right side. And there's trouble. He's setting up to throw. It's complete on the end around reverse. Thrown out there by Gonzalez. Short pickup as Western was all over that. A lot of movement. Picked up a few yards for a positive play, but certainly Western seemed like they were ready for that one.
And R.J. Dogba making the big open field tackle.
2nd and 6. Handoff, right side, Rule. And he gets inside the 15 down to the 13. That'll bring up a 3rd down and short for Capo Valley.
Capo Valley continuing to play with tempo. And Western and Capo have been going back and forth, making good plays for each side of the team.
3rd down and 2. There's a timeout on the field there as, let's see who's wanting to talk this one over. Looks like taken by Western. That's their 2nd of the half. 5:08 to go. Here in the first half, it's 14-7 Western. Again, I just want to apologize for those of you hoping to catch our game on video here. This game was actually preempted by NFHS. They bought the rights to this game, so they're being able to stream the video side. And their little setup is over there. Nice little small camera off to the right side. I'm sure they've got a lot of graphics just like our Western guys do.
The guy was
am I trolling?
Only made it 10 minutes after the start of the first quarter,
Yeah, that's not bad. At least I'm not shooting through a scaffolding. I've seen some of their stuff. This is pretty bad. Well, anyway, they paid for the rights to this game, so we get to audio only, which is hopefully our bird's eye view is going to give you a good feel for what's going on here. A little chill in the air, as it was 69 degrees at kickoff under fairly clear skies, and the chill is dropping. This is, we talk about football weather. Now we're really getting into football weather now.
have a feeling Vicky was just sick of seeing our face and could only stand the voice today, so she paid for the rights for them to have it.
Oh, did she really? Oh,
no,
that's
I'm just
funny.
kidding. I'm just kidding.
They're down at 3. Spencer keeps it left side, first down, takes a hard hit, but he's got the first down. He lowered his shoulder and got to the 7-yard line, first and goal, as Talon Spencer. You talk about one of those guys that's got the all-name team, that's Talon. That's kind of a cool name. You're like an Eagles Talon.
That's what I was thinking too when you said that. And Aiden Payton coming up and making the tackle on Talon Spencer. You could tell Talon is a very athletic guy. Could probably play multiple different positions on the football field.
I'd imagine.
The way he runs.
First and goal. They've got it at the 6-yard line. Spencer keeping himself right side. Hey, that's for Paydirt. He's in. That's his second touchdown of the night. Talon Spencer took a hit as he went in, but Talon Spencer puts Capo Valley 1 point away from tying this ball game up.
Boy, oh boy.
Penalties and penalties and penalties were huge in this drive.
Remember, we had that pretty much third down stop there by arguably just a really tight play for the cornerback, and what they wouldn't have called in college but called at high school level. So Western facing a lot of adversity right now.
Slid on to try the extra point. Snap down. Kick is up high, and it is good. So with 4:34 to go here in the first quarter, in the first half, we're all tied at 14 here in Handel Stadium. I got to tell you, look, I talked to the mom of the long snapper. He was at the JV game yesterday. His name is Ryan Crow. He's a sophomore. And the long snapper never gets talked about, but he's one of those kids that's really good as a long snapper. And, the moms, we're talking about a guy that you used to play with, Nate Williams, another great long snapper that I don't know if he got offered a scholarship to go play at the next level, but I know that he was pretty good.
Yeah, he was very focused on training that, and I know we've seen a couple really good long snappers over the years, but it's one of those crafts where not too many people are going to watch you long snap at home when you're doing it all day, right?
No.
But they practice over and over and over and over again just to get that right. And,
I remember Nate was really good at it.
He was practicing all the time.
Yeah, right here at Handel Stadium. Lots of times. Okay. We'll see if Sid can get this one into the end zone again. High kick. It's returnable. Taken at the 5. Right side, it goes Bunchy Young. He's the 20. Steps inside there, goes out of bounds at the 26-yard line, goes Bunchy Young. That's where Western will take over, 1st and 10 with 4:26 to go here in the first half. We are all tied at 14 at Handel Stadium.
Bunchy able to get his team out to a respectable starting position at the 25-yard line. Been a while since Bunchy's had one of those breakaway long runs on kickoff.
Yeah.
But we have been effective in at least getting between the 25 and 35 pretty often this year. That's when we've been starting.
Well, it's been a while since Western's gotten a kickoff. They've only gotten
Yeah,
one.
you're right. You're right.
When you're winning, you're putting up big numbers.
I didn't consider that.
Toss out. That's Dogba. Tripped up in the backfield. He'll lose one on the play.
Time Dogba, he just had a tough one as the line missed a blocker. Blocker was able to just kind of stand in the backfield and make Dogba choose, and he slipped out from his feet, slipped out from under him as he tried to make a cut up field.
He'll lose one back to the 24-yard line. 2nd down and 11 there. Dogba off to the left slot. Back to pass. Thomas sets up throws. Bunchy Young's got it. He's right at the 30-yard line. Thomas put it right on him. Picking up 6 yards. They're bringing up a 3rd down and 5. Right at the 30.
Capo Valley's cornerback doing a good job of hitting Bunchy right as he's catching that football. Bunchy stays on his feet, tries to turn, do a spin and get outside his tackler to no avail. Tackler was able to take him down.
Ernest Nunley checks into the ball game for Dogba. He'll send out trips out to the left side. Bunchy Young by himself to the right. Bunchy back to pass. So's up complete. Left side, that's Aiden Payne. He's got a 1st down. Aiden Payne, that's the first time he's had his number called tonight. And just right at the sticks. Nice route there by Aiden Payne. First down, Western.
Good job putting that ball on the money to Aiden Payne. Chance Thomas finds his wide receiver right at the sticks to pick up the first down.
You know, Payne coming into this ball game was averaging 27 yards. 27 yards a grab. That's pretty wild, isn't it? I got a sideline warning over there against Capo Valley. So that's like it's like a mulligan. You know, you get one of those. The next one, it's a penalty. I mean, it's actually they'll mark it off. Maybe we should get a sideline warning, like if you're speeding. Like, hey, sideline warning here. No ticket, no ticket.
So I'm going to ask the cop next time, can I have a sideline warning?
Yeah, exactly. Handoff, that's Lindsay, left side. Flag on the play, that's usually where holding is. And he gets stacked up right at the 41-yard line. You know, I've seen enough flags. You know, that's just, you call a flag on every play. Come on now.
Well, it's just like earlier when we got that face mask, you know, face masks are 9 times out of 10 a process of you not being in the right position with your body when you're going to make a tackle. And so if you get a little bit lower, you shoot your tackle, run your hips, there's just no chance of even getting a face mask, right? So this is the small attention to detail that show up in a game like this. We've been talking about this all preseason, you know, that what we're working on and the attention to detail that we've had, and Western is growing as a team, but we will continue to learn these lessons in real time tonight in a tight game against Capo Valley, and each lesson is a very important one.
They'll move the ball back to the 30, first down and 15. Set up quickly, bunch of Youngs got it. Breaks one tackle and jumping right on him for a short gain. This is Capo Valley. It gets out of the 31-yard line. Clock's winding, 2:38 and counting here in the first half. We're all tied at 14. Second down and 14 now for the Pioneers. You know, we figured this was going to be a tight ball game, and boy, it's certainly lived up to that. Thomas trying to get him to jump. They're not. And there's different ways to slow down a pass rush like this. And Capo's up there showing blitz, and here they come again. Thomas, ball's loose, and it's picked up. It's a fumble. Thomas got hit from the backside, and Capo Valley got it. And they've got it first down at the 20-yard line. As Thomas got hit and stripped from the backside, went right in the hands of a defensive lineman. And Capo Valley in great position.
That's about the worst option that could have happened for Western, as Chance Thomas did not see that D lineman coming from his backside, and he was there quick. He was able to knock that ball out.
And it goes right into the hands of the waiting defensive lineman in Capo Valley in great position with 1:58 to go. They're at the Western 20-yard line. Penalties and turnovers have been the name of the game so far tonight. And that's the first one for the Pioneers. First and 10, Capo. Spencer, hands off, up the middle, and Rule gets Cup on the play.
We'll tighten up on defense right now against the run. Really, really need to get a stop here on them, as we had the ball first in the first half, and they'll lead out the second half with the ball first.
Yeah, those one of these 14-point switches here that you hate to see. Second down and 8. Clock's winding, 1:30 to go. Saavedra in motion. Now he sets up to the left. Spencer back to pass, setting up, throws, complete. Rule's got it on the screen and stays in bounds inside the 15-yard line.
Tackle made there by Nunley.
Clock's winding. We're going to be right at a minute to go on third down and 3. Let's see what Capo Valley calls here on third and 3. Western needs a big stop here on defense. Trying to get to jump, and Coach Curtis wants to just call timeout and talk this thing over. So 46 seconds to go here in the first half. Capo Valley bangs a timeout. 14 all. And Capo Valley looking to cash in on that turnover.
And that last play call they had was really clever. Got Western going all one way and then try to throw it back the other way and hopefully, run a little pick and ladder essentially up the sideline for a touchdown. And Ernest Nunley stayed home and was able to make that tackle. We're thankful for that because they were close to getting us there. And earlier they burned us on one. It was a wide receiver screen.
Yep.
We totally outran it. The linebackers, we had 4 guys outrun that play, didn't realize it was a screen coming. And that one hurt us as well. So it's nice to see a bit of a quicker response there and a nice tackle made to keep this one at distance at bay right now, as we'd love to get out of this quarter and limit them to just a field goal.
3rd down and 2. 2 to the right side. Motion man comes from left to right across the formation. Callan Spencer keeps it himself, try to get outside, and he's going to be right at the first down. Callan Spencer's got the first down. They'll stop the clock. There's no sticks. They just moved the yard marker. They should just go ahead and wind it, and here he does. He winds it. 39 seconds to go. Capo Valley on the ball. 1st and goal at the Western 7. Western defense, and they jump. Western jumps on defense. So what that does more than anything is it stops the clock. They'll go half the distance to the goal, as is the second time an interior lineman jumps offside. There's no excuse for that. When the ball's right in front of you, coach just drives coaches absolutely nuts. They'll move it now to the 3-yard line. 28 seconds to go. Ball's on the right hash. Spencer hands off and stops short of the 1 is Rule. He's down to the 1-yard line, and Coach Curtis takes a timeout here with 21 seconds to go.
Now to leave them with 1 remaining timeout. So they've got 2 chances to get in the end zone here. Western's, the opportunity of possibly running 3 plays in that amount, but 2 I think is the only possible here. 21 seconds. You got 2 plays. Western's defense, 2 plays from the 1 for Capo. Western's defense really looking to play in the backfield on this play. That's what we talk about here in practice. Really making that first step, getting a good push, and playing in the backfield, right? You want to do everything you can to stop a running back or stop somebody in the backfield on this play.
Yeah, you're sending the house here on this one. It's Capo Valley looking to cash in on that turnover. As Western's cashed in on one, Capo's looking to do the same. 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line, 21 seconds to go in the half. Western needs a big play on defense here. Capo comes out in a tight formation. Shotgun set. Rule offset to the right of the quarterback. Spencer keeps himself right side. He's driving close. He stops short. Spencer stops short. 13 seconds to go. And there's a timeout. As Coach Curtis comes running all the way onto the field to stop him out. That was their final timeout.
A huge play for Western's defense. This sets them up in a position where they have to make a decision.
Well, this
You want to throw the ball to give it 1 opportunity, try to make 2 plays out of this, right? And risk an interception possibly happening.
Or risk getting tackled in bounds, or a sack, or that ends a half. Or do you take your 3 points and take the lead? That's a tough one here, Dustin. In a tight ball game like this.
Tight ball game. It's 2 really even games, too. You're on the 1-yard line as well. It's like, do you try to run it into the end zone, right? Right now, the way they set it up, that ball being all the way over there on the right hash, looks like the
ball is right at the 1-yard line.
They're going to go for it. Let me see if I'm right here. They're at least going to line up and see if they can get Western to jump.
Well,
looks like they still have.
It's a half a second.
They still have 1 timeout on the board, though.
Spencer's on. That was his final time. Spencer's under center. Back to pass, setting up the throw. Wide open, touchdown. Sneaking out of the backfield and catching the touchdown. Shades of the tush push. Where Jalen Hurts pulled out and ended up throwing to the tight end, who just snuck out of there. Western packing in to stop the run. And Spencer just stepped back, and the tight end leaked out and is able to bring that one in, and Capo Valley takes the lead.
Some frustration going on down there. The Western defense.
Slid on to try the extra point. Snap down kick is up, and it is good. So with 4 seconds to go here in the first half, Capo Valley 21, Western 14.
Really, that's like, the whole half has just been back and forth, back and forth. It's been the third lead change now, Kent.
Yeah, and again, it's capitalizing on turnovers, capitalizing on penalties.
Yep.
You got some.
Capitalizing on big plays,
Yeah,
making plays. Chance been making crazy scramble plays all night to pick up first downs, with Bunchy with some beautiful catches, Dogwood with a beautiful catch as well, and Capo is shown, though, that they are at a different speed than what we've seen. We've been able to combat that now with some good play calling and good play. However, if Capo is able to keep up this type of intensity on defense, it's going to continue to cause us problems on offense. So every score or every point in this game, I think for both teams is super important, because these teams are both playing complementary football for their own style.
Well, let's see if Slid decides to put this one in the end zone or just bounce it around. Ball's in the right hash. Bounces it. Ground ball. Picked up there at the 20-yard line. And that's Dogba. That's Dogba. Trying to make something happen, still on his feet. Gets to the 40-yard line, and that'll do it. That's the end of the first half here at Handel Stadium. The score, Capo Valley 21 and Western 14. This game's been as advertised. As, both teams are really battling down there, and it's a hard-hitting game, and it's everything what you expect. We're going to go ahead and switch over to our program director, our broadcast director, Angel Vargas. He's going to send us to, we got some show from Western? Okay, Western highlights, here they come.
Say a quick thank you to Kent and Justin for letting our show air. I'm Aaron.
And I'm Michelle.
And this is
Hallway Highlights. So to start off today, we are going to take a little trip to the Wellness Center, and we're going to show all you guys what that's all about. We'll give you guys a little small tour, and we're going to talk to some of our ambassadors in there, and they can let you guys know how to get a pass to go visit and what we do in there. So let's actually teleport over there, guys. There we go. Okay, so this is the Wellness Center. So when you come in, you have a little welcome to your space. Yeah, it's located basically right across from the cafeteria. Now that you guys got a little tour, let's ask some of our ambassadors some questions. So I'm here with
Diego Zuniga.
So how can students go in here? Like, is it free to everyone, or like, what do we do in order to be able to come in here?
Yeah, so you just have to ask your teacher for like a call slip, or kind of like you would ask to go to the nurse, just ask to go to the wellness space. You could also come during lunch. The room's like basically always open. You just can't come during pass period. So yeah, just ask for a pass and you can be here for 10 minutes.
Okay, now I'm here with
Syra.
Okay, so what's your favorite activity to do here in the Wellness Center?
It's definitely the pop it. Like, I have like stress sometimes and I'm like so anxious, but like when I use the pop it, like I'm just like de-stressed and like I'm doing my work as like I'm waiting for like students to come in.
I see. Well, thank you. Okay, I'm here with
Sophia.
Okay, so what's your favorite thing about being an ambassador here?
My favorite thing about being an ambassador is that like we're able to help students and like kind of communicate and like get to see what students are feeling and what they need help in.
Okay, thank you.
And lastly, I'm here with
Michelle.
and she is our last ambassador here. Michelle, what does it mean to be an ambassador?
Oh, that's a good question. So I think being an ambassador is being open to everyone and having a lot of empathy, especially towards students here at Western, because sometimes when we're really stressed, the world doesn't always revolve around us. Other people are stressed as well. So we gotta be open-minded. So that's what I think an ambassador means.
Thank you so much, Michelle. So we did review the footage, and why were we being trolled?
Why am I getting trolled?
Hey guys, it's October, so remember that every Wednesday we do wear pink. Yeah, and we're also selling Think Pink shirts at the ASB accounts office for $10 all month, so make sure to get yours and support breast cancer awareness. Michelle, do you know what else happens in October?
I do know what happens in October. Homecoming, huh? I love it. Homecoming season's literally here. It's basically already here. Yeah, because homecoming is October 18th. So make sure you guys are very excited. The theme was posted a couple weeks ago, I think last week, and it's Alice in a Wonderland. I love it. So make sure girls start dress shopping, guys, plan your guys' fits. Yeah, so our assembly will be the 17th, and then our halftime show, so you guys make sure you go to the football game, will happen as well on the 17th, where we reveal the queen, which, yeah, that's fun. Tickets are on sale, so make sure you get them like now, because prices do go up by $5. Right now they're at $45, and if you have the ASB sticker, it's $40. So don't miss out. Don't forget that. And then it's $50 for a guest if you are bringing a date or a friend from somewhere else, you know? And don't forget to ask your guys' dates out and send your guys' homecoming proposals at Western Pioneers, because we want to post it. The homecoming is gonna be at Hilton Hotel. Okay guys, so just also a reminder that the parking will be $29 and it's only card. So if you are planning on taking yourself there and parking there, make sure you have $29.
Yesterday, we did have our girls volleyball senior night, which was the game of the week, which was really fun. It was great to see our girls team like doing their big one, and especially going out for their senior night.
The alumni breakfast also happened last Saturday. It was a Saturday academy. We had like a lot of people show up. It was a very good turnout. We had people talk, and they're very inspiring. The food was good. I feel that a lot of athletes went to represent their sport, so go Piles.
So this week we also had Summit number 1 and Summit number 2. It was very great to get all the input. Me personally, I had a senior class, and it was great to make changes for the school, even if we won't experience them. I just thought it was a great way to give back to our school, even though we are leaving.
Anyways, Piles. So next week we're gonna have a modified bell schedule. Monday and Wednesday we're gonna have odds, and Tuesday and Thursdays we're having evens, and then Friday is gonna be our anchor day. And if you're wondering why, it's because the end of the quarter is here. Yeah, so that means we'll have a minimum day, and we'll get out of school early.
Bye, Pios. Now back to you.
And those are the hallway highlights from Western. And again, thank you so much to this team here at Pioneer Press for putting this ball game out. You know, again, we're able to do all the audio version for you and get you a little bit of stuff that we can show, which is the hallway highlights and things like that. Justin, tonight's ball game so far, you've got halftime stats. Chance Thomas, 98 yards passing with 2 touchdowns, 28 yards rushing. Again, he's really being the focal point. A really tough fumble. Again, he got hit from the backside, and the blind side tackle, the blind side rush came in and really got him. And that's one of those things that coming into this ball game was something that Western knew they had to take care of, and boy, they got to him on that one.
Yeah, and times they're bringing the blitz and completely beating their blocking offensive lineman, essentially. Lyman wasn't able to get a hand on him, and that play specifically is what it looked like. Like the DN just made a great move around the outside, and or linebacker, whoever came from that area, confused us a little bit, and they were able to make a big hit on Chance, and Chance had no idea it was coming. He would just bring that ball down. It popped out in front of him right into the arms of a defender. And, we had a couple plays go our way. We had a couple plays go their way. But at the end of the day, you can see why this competitive equity in these leagues is so great now that things have kind of been redelivered to us in the last few years as this type of league. And out there in the rest of the league, El Medina right now 8-0. They're up on Tribuco Hills, and we got Cypress, who wasn't very competitive last night against Tustin, but Tustin has one of their really good teams, even better than last year. And a lot of those guys are getting older and getting better. And yeah, they played here last night. Looks like Tustin's, on a tear right now, and we'll be seeing them later on. But first things first, we got to take care of business here tonight.
Well, a bunch of young he had 48 yards receiving and a touchdown. RJ Dogba, another that great touchdown grab at the start the scoring there for Western. He's got 32 yards and a touchdown. On the ground, Chance Thomas is leading rusher with 28 yards. Skylar Lindsey just can't get going at all for the Pioneers. And you kind of talked a little bit about this when we were off the air, while the halftime highlights are going, and it has to do with what's going on up front. Up front, this game is games are almost always won or lost in the trenches, and Capo Valley just seems a step faster on the defensive and offensive line than the Pioneers do.
Yeah, they're getting off. They know exactly where they're supposed to go. Western showing a lot of great talent, just natural talent out there when they're getting to playing ball. But Capo is 1 foot ahead, and sometimes it's causing us a difference on, that extra yard that's picking up the first down for them on third down or fourth down, right? Capo is just as easily comfortable as Western is on going for it on third and fourth and just continuing on down the field because they have a lot of trust in their team. And I think that I don't expect to see them turn over the ball in the second half like they did in the first half, right? They coughed the ball up twice, kind of fluky type of plays. But nonetheless, we got the ball back from them doing that, and that was a huge reason why we were able to lead in that first half. Otherwise, Capo really took care of business, pretty much both sides of the ball that whole first half.
Yeah, they really did. Spencer on the other side, he had 75 yards on the ground with 2 touchdowns and 57 yards passing and a touchdown. Again, as far as the actual yardage goes, they're pretty even, which you kind of expected. What you would, coming into the game, we expected to be somewhat even. Again, we didn't really talk about the turnovers, except we did talk about the pressure that Capo Valley brings on defense. That right now, that's been the difference in the ball game. This 7-point lead was because of that that defense and the speed of that team and how quickly they're able to get to the quarterback.
Yeah, at times they're not even really lining up in a traditional defensive stance. There's times out there that they got 5, especially when they're playing nickel, they got 5 defensive backs, and then their linemen and their linebackers are all coming to the line, and everybody's either taking a late down stance, or you got 2 or 3 guys in down stance and 2 or 3 guys standing up, and they're just making it hard for us to realize who's who, what's what, and they'll bring a guy late too. They're almost like bringing you a smoke screen and then bringing somebody in on a blitz mission right afterwards, and then seeing, can you work this out with your protection program, right? So
right.
A little bit different than what we've been used to early on in the season, and will we have a chance? Before I hear it again, we got to give another big shout out for the 3rd or 4th time tonight because Josh Davidson is listening now. He wasn't listening earlier, so shout out to that knucklehead out there. But yeah, the clan here at Western is, trying to come back from a 21-14 deficit. It's going to be absolutely imperative that we get a stop here to begin the second half, right? They're going to start with the football, and this is not the type of team that you can allow to get a 2-score lead on you, as they know we're not the type of team that you want to go against when we have a 2-score lead on you. Both of these teams pretty evenly matched, as we mentioned in the start of the game, and right now the difference has just been a hair, really here or there, a yard here or there, an inch here or there, a foot here and there. It hasn't been much, but a couple turnovers, and Western will continue to battle back. It's going to be in the second half who can, control those turnovers and mistakes. It's also going to be if, Western can come out of that locker room in the second half and have just a little bit more gusto getting off that football, because right now it's very obvious that Capo Valley is beating Western off the football.
Well, Justin, you played for a coach that was kind of a stickler to details in Ray Fenton, and Mike Cobley too, and all these little detail things and discipline that was instilled upon you. Talk a little bit about that, and how that really makes a difference, and all the stuff that you probably hated to have to do. You're thinking, well, why do I got to do all this stuff? And I don't know if you thought that or not.
No,
but, you know.
no, definitely not. I loved every second of it. I really soaked up that side of the game. It's what you it's where I sharpen my edge in football. I felt like it was part of the game that as a team we probably weren't as talented as this team that's out here tonight. Western, very, very, very talented team, but that was a controllable for our team that we were all able to sharpen our edge there and make sure like you weren't going to beat us off the ball. There was a game we did get beat off the ball. We were 7-0 or 6-0 and went into that next game and got beat off the ball, and we got smoked out of there. 35-0, 42-0, 42-14 or 7. I don't remember. It felt like it was 99-0,
Yeah.
and they ran for 1,600 yards in one game.
Trevo, I remember that guy. I happened to
Everything
call
went
that
wrong.
game.
Everything went wrong that game, but that's not what we're seeing here tonight, right? What we're seeing here is that night I bring that up because we got beat off the ball that night. And I learned very well that night what it looked like that we'd been beating everybody else off the ball, and we got beat off the ball that night. We just were not. They came in there excited as a band of brothers to come go to war with this other army, this other band of brothers, and we were excited to get a win. We weren't there. We were there to play football. They were there for a gang fight, a war. It just mattered a little bit different. And I see this gusto from CAPO tonight, like it really matters to them. And, you know, Western has that in them too. They have a little bit of that tick in them too. They got to turn it on right now, because if you're going to make up this difference, right, what I'm looking at here is like, you know, if you're handicapping this, you're like a 1.5 score handicap right now, because they're going to come out and get the ball first. And you got to look at the history of this game. CAPO's offense, while they've sputtered a little bit on turnovers, they have had some success against Western's defense. If they're able to get a field goal after this, now Western's in a situation where the whole game plan changes. So this defense has got to get a stop. We got to get the ball back in our hands, and we got to be quick the whole rest of the night, even quicker than we were in the first half, because that's where CAPO beat us, man. They just had a step on us.
How do you? Here's the thing. You know, you.
A long-winded answer, but
okay. So
sorry.
That's again. You remember what it was like, you know, when you're down in that Pacifica game you were talking about. So you're down here by a score. You know, obviously you're not out of it by any stretch, but are you aware of, you know, we're getting beat off the ball? I'm sure the coaches are telling them you're getting beat off the ball. So how do you flip? I mean, can you flip that switch at halftime where you don't get beat off the ball?
Well, honestly, Ken, you seen something happen there at the end of the first half that for a second I really didn't like it, and I thought it could turn real bad. There was a little bit of a push between a linebacker and a D lineman after a play. I'm not sure who pushed who, what happened. There was a little push, and that push was like what I took from it body language-wise after thinking about it for a second. That push was like, hey, you were right there. You should have got there. Like, that play, everyone sold out for the run. They made it completely look like they sold the run. We sold out for the run, and then they passed it over us. It wasn't somebody arguing with the DB who should have been back there doing. No, they knew their design. We knew the design. Everybody's going heads up right there, right? And they just got us with a good play call. I think that little push right there was like hey, get your butt up off the ball. Let's go. I'm a linebacker. I got to go. I need that space. You got to go quicker. Watch that ball. Go quicker.
There you go.
Listen to the calls. Pick up. Because here's the thing, Kent. Really good D linemen, they're not even telling you about it, but they're always picking up little things. They're picking up things from the offensive lineman. They're picking up things from the quarterback and his cadence, right? Good linebackers do the same thing. We pick it up a lot verbally from the cadence and watching the quarterback get down, the quarterback spotting the middle linebacker. We'll play with them, try to switch things up and fool them, because we know if we fool him on who's coming from where, he has a problem. Well, on the flip side of it, you know, that's when you're playing at your best as a defense, when you're able to really get at them. And I seen a little bit of that from them. They were kind of jumping around, coming from different areas, but we never lost our confidence. We continued to tackle pretty well there in the first. We're just off a little bit. I think sometimes, it takes pushing a teammate and saying, hey, I'm your brother, I love you, but let's go. Get off the ball. Get there. Let's go. You're faster than this. Like, I'm used to watching you beat everybody. This guy's whooping you. Beat him. And that's a conversation that happens. D linemen and linebackers will, you know, not bicker or go back and forth, but we will check each other on the field. If we feel like you're standing in my gap, I'm trying to get to that hole to go make a tackle, and you're just being lazy and not making moves to get to where you need to go, yeah, there's words shared and sometimes a little push or shove, but that's a Western team who cares about winning this game. That's where that come from. It wasn't a shove like, I hate you. It was a shove like, come on, let's go. Like,
Got it.
get back to it. I don't know. It's something I liked. There at the end, they kept their cool on their heads. Obviously, we still got scored on. But I do see in the second half, you know, our team is still pretty fresh. Their team's still pretty fresh. And a couple extra turnovers. We're going to need to lead this half in turnovers, I think, in order to win this game, Kent.
Well, this is a big game, you know, here in, you know, out the gate in the Delta League, you know, where this, you know, you expect coming into the year that, you know, Tustin seems to be pretty much head and shoulders ahead of everybody else. So this is, you know, this is like these are the second and third best teams here in the Delta League, and you know, it's a big game. It's a huge game for them. Well, okay, Rodriguez has the ball teed up on the left hash, kicking from right to left as we get ready to start this second half of football. And I'll tell you, this is we'll see what Coach Davidson had to say to him at halftime, because I'm be really interesting to see how the Pioneers come out to play this second half. It's kind of neat that Josh Davidson's listening in from Wisconsin. Hey, Josh, how's it going there, bud? Long time no chat. Next time you're in town, come over and say hello. Don't be a stranger. Carmen will kill you. She needs to see her bony child.
That would be Josh.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I don't think he doesn't look that bony anymore. I saw a picture of him on Facebook.
He finally put on a little
Yeah, he looks like a man now. Okay. Rodriguez boots this one away. Line drive kick taken at the 30-yard line and just running right out of bounds there. I don't know if you'd call that a business decision, but Colin Hooper, he's actually the leading receiver on the team, and he hasn't caught a pass yet tonight. But he's up there on special teams and takes a short kick, takes to 32, and that's where CAPO will take over, 1st and 10, as we start this second half of football.
Yeah, it looked like the intention of that kick was much like the opening kick in the game, our first kick of the game after scoring our first touchdown when he booted that line drive, right? But that one just kind of came off the side of his foot incorrectly and took that path like directly towards the sideline. That definitely wasn't the kick I don't think he was looking for. He's looking to knuckleball that and get somebody to drop it so they can go recover it.
Spencer sends two receivers out to the left side. He keeps it himself. Left side he goes. He's got some blockers. He gets the corner. The Spencer gets the ball out on a big gain out to start the gate. First down out to the 48-yard line.
He's a fast athlete, and when they get moving as a team sideline to sideline, you're not able to break through that crevice. It's like a caravan trying to stop. They're able to pick up 9, 8, 9, 10-yard chunks.
He followed the motion man the whole way. Handoff rule this time. He's got a crease, and he picks up another big chunk into Western territory down to the 42-yard line. Another first down. As CAPO right on the ball. They're smelling blood. They keep it going. He hadn't even moved the sticks yet. Handoff again, Rule, and he's tripped up right at the 40-yard line, and they'll kind of falls forward to the 39, picking up a couple on the play.
Now Western defense playing extremely reactive right now. We've got to cut the extra stuff at the end there where we want to celebrate making a
routine tackle. Yeah. Garrison checks in at tailback for the Cougars. He gets it. Up the middle he goes. Tripped up as looks like Luna got a handle of him. No, that's not Luna. Who is that? It is Luna.
Yeah, it was.
Aiden Luna, the junior, on the stop. 3rd down and 4. CAPO right on the ball. They're giving Western a little bit of their own medicine. Garrison again gets it, and he is stuffed. Taylor got there first, and he got a yard, and that's about it.
It's been a while since we've called Taylor's name, but he gets up there and makes a big hit. He's going to bring up a tough 4th down. You know they're going to try to get us to jump again right here. We've got to play discipline.
4th down and 3. And taking a timeout here is Western right out the gate. So with 10:30 to go here in the 3rd quarter, it's 21-14 CAPO Valley.
That was really a huge play there by Jacob Taylor, too, to make that tackle for a loss. As you know, they were really set up about a yard is all they needed. And that sets them back to 2.5 yards that they need here on the 4th down if they're going to go for it. And I like that call by Coach Davidson. He didn't even waste a second for them to line up. He called a timeout. He's going to make sure that his team doesn't jump off sides for the 3rd time tonight in a crucial 3rd or 4th down situation, right? Those are the type of things that lose the game for you. So let's slow it down for these guys a little bit. You know, it's a very valuable timeout that you need right now in a game in which you're trailing, but you cannot afford to not get a stop here, essentially. You need to get the stop.
4th down and 3. This time Spencer sends out an empty backfield. A lot of whistles going on as one official comes to the far sideline. Now he runs back. I don't know what he was doing, probably getting a drink. Okay, 4th down and 3 at the Western 33. Spencer back to pass. Steps up, and he's got the 1st down. He's able to slip through, still on his feet, heading for Paydirt. He's in, untouched. Talon Spencer converts a 4th down and 3. It takes it 32 yards for a touchdown. Yeah, that's just a different level of speed there as he's able to get away from the Western defender, the Western rush, and just blow right by him and turn on the jets. And 32 yards later, he's in the end zone.
Yeah, and we got 2 Western defenders on the backside kind of looking at each other like, I thought you were going to tackle him. Nobody made an effort.
Yeah.
That was a heartbreaking play right there for Western, Ken. We had 4th down and 2.5 yards, and
they went back to pass, which was a little bit of a surprise. And I think that was a set design run the whole way.
I think so too.
As that snap down, kick is up, and it is good. So with 10:20 to go here in the 3rd quarter, it's Capo Valley 28 and Western 14. And Western certainly didn't come out of that halftime with a whole lot of ball of fire. Not at all. As Capo Valley took it 65 yards, and they did it quickly. They made it look easy, too.
That was the first time we've seen Western's defense take a huge breath there after the end of that series. Some of them with a bit of frustration, maybe. I don't know if you're tired coming straight out of a halftime here, but definitely some frustration going on as this defense tries to figure out what they got to change to make a stop. Capo's offense now has been really successful tonight.
Yeah, I mean, this is, I hate to say this stuff, but this is the kind of stuff that you do during the offseason where you just got to be working harder because this is a very fast team that Capo Valley's got. And Western's got a lot of talent, but this is a faster team that they're up against tonight. We'll see if the Western can answer here. As that ball's booted away, high kick, taken at the 8. It's returnable. Bunchy Young trying to get to the outside on the right side, and nothing doing. He gets taken down right at the 15-yard line. Not much of a return there for Bunchy at all.
I'm not quite sure what was going on there. Bunchy trying to point a finger and lead the other returner there maybe to go out and block for him.
Yeah, I don't know.
But didn't work out. Return went the other way, and Bunchy didn't really have much going there on that return. Only gets up to the 16-yard line.
Yeah, it was like an 8-yard return. Need more than that. First and 10. Thomas has it at the 16-yard line. Thomas throws quickly. Dogba's got it, and he's wrapped up right away. They're just way faster.
You notice both of these teams' defense feel very comfortable playing against the wide receiver screen as they see it every day in practice. You see some guys chasing the wide receiver screen with a vengeance.
Second down and 14. Trips out to the right side this time. Thomas back to pass, rolls out to his right. He's got some time. And he takes off running, and he slides down right at the 15-yard line. Takes a hit there as he slid down. But again, only short pickup there. Got back to the original line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, that's the big difference is
3rd down and 11. As we're working through some sound here. Can you hear okay now?
check. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's funny. Mine was kind of going through. Okay, then we got a little bit of a... It's like there's a penalty afterward. Yeah, I didn't see a flag come in. Did you, Justin?
No, I didn't.
Okay, well.
See, it was chippy on the end of the play, but it wasn't anything specific.
Well, it wasn't much of a penalty because it looks like it only went 5 yards. Well, as it is, 3rd down and 6 from the 20-yard line. Trips bunched out to the left side. Thomas back to pass, sets up looking for Bunchy. And I'm not sure if he hauled that one in or not. It goes incomplete. And Western goes 3 and out. So you got Capo Valley. They take it on their first possession, take it the distance for the touchdown. And Western looking at 3 and out. Unless Coach Davis is going to keep the offense on the field.
Be a very rare 3 and out for Western.
Well, they're keeping the offense on. And even if they get him to jump, it's still not, well, maybe it is not, so it wouldn't be enough for a 1st down. Trips out to the left side. Western back to pass. Thomas throws over the head of Aiden Payne as Thomas took a hit, and Capo Valley will take over on downs. And there's a flag comes in, I think, late.
Like
Let's check out the flag. It's a personal foul against Capo Valley, and boy, I'll tell you what, they got bailed out. Western got bailed out on that one. I don't know, man.
What you call a lifeline right there, Kent.
Yeah,
Send me a lifeline. I need a boat. I'm on an island.
He was hit as he was throwing the ball. I mean, that's what caused that ball to sail way over the head of Payne. And maybe he hit him at the head or something. I don't know. But anyway, as it is, Western will take that penalty. That'll move it out to the 35-yard line, 1st and 10. Western keeps possession. Segbe in motion. Now he sets to the left. Toss out. That's Lindsey trying to get out to the outside. Now he reverses, failed. And gets taken down. There's a flag coming in late. There's another flag coming in late. Get a little chippy down there.
A lot of extra stuff going on. Capo's just getting under Western's skin by playing tough and hard. And the Western's used to being the bully after going out and bullying San Dimas last weekend. And they're not the bully tonight. You know, this is a very capable team. And
I don't know if you remember
this. Way too chippy.
Yeah,
we're not focusing on our game. They're taking us off our mental, Kent.
This happened actually last year, too, where there's a lot of late hitting going on. And Chance Thomas, after that, he got hit right as again, after he threw the ball this time. I could see where flag went this time, but then this flag comes in late. We'll see what this one's about. As the officials are talking it over, and it's getting chippy. All that's going to happen is
one of those good old North Orange County versus South Orange County kind of games, you know, like we've always had this feeling about each other, you know. So this is a very competitive game, but you play teams like this, there's a genuine bit of dislike, you know. You remember last year's game. You remember how it went. A lot of these guys were playing. You know, Aiden doesn't forget it. Chance doesn't forget it. They know they lost by 10 last year.
That's terrible.
Okay, so they got a couple
of... That's dirty on blue.
Hey, you know, it's okay.
That's terrible.
Come on, man.
That's terrible.
Jesus. Got the Capo coaches going nuts up here. That's terrible. They can't hear you from up here. Jesus, dude.
Yeah. Little extra. Been a little extra all night. Not typical that you hear coaches doing their own broadcast commentary here from the booth.
Yeah, you can almost hear them down the field.
He's trying to yell to the ref.
Okay. 2nd down and 9. Trips out to the right side. Thomas rolling out to his right. And he's going to get the corner there and going to be stopped short of the first down there. Another flag on the play right at the 30-yard line. We'll see what this one's about. Actually, it's pressing at the 36-yard line.
Western's defense should probably just walk up there and pretty much get set, Kent. So we got a lot of conversation going on the backside. They're quick to the football and quick on the ball.
So we got a hold against Western.
Oh, there we go. That's what's going on.
Well, that's what, where that flag was, you're going to get that hold. So not a surprise on that call. So that'll move it back inside the 30-yard line.
All right. The offense has been a little bit handsy tonight. They're trying to make up for that extra step and the speed that CAPO has been hitting us with. Like that.
Second down and 15. Ball's moved back to the 30-yard line, 8:27 to go. Here in the third quarter, CAPO Valley 28-14. Thomas back to pass. He's got time. Now he's in trouble. And down he goes.
Ooh.
And there's another flag coming in. God, there's so many flags all over this dang place.
Western player down on the field. Looked like he might have taken a hit to the side.
And he's down. He's still staying down there.
Yeah, it looked like he took a blindside hit, like an ear hole type hit from a defender to coming up there. I mean, really, may I say, a bit of a dirty hit right there, Kent.
You got Western's just got to keep their cool right now.
Yeah, that was not CAPO-like. It's not, CAPO is definitely trying to push under Western's skin right now, but that was not CAPO-like, that hit.
That was Bunchy that was on the ground. He's able to run off. So let's check out this flag. And this one's getting marched off against CAPO.
You see Chance Thomas, he's...
And there's a personal foul against CAPO Valley. That'll move the ball out to the 15-yard line, out to the midfield. First down.
The Chance is down there fired up, trying to get his team fired up, trying to tell everybody, let's go, let's go. We got a chance. Come on, we got to get in this.
Okay, both coaches are talking to their teams right now as there was a timeout. I think Bunchy's probably got to come off this play because he stayed down on the hit, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's got to come out. Wow.
That's terrible. Unsportsmanlike. That's terrible.
Oh, my God. Now we're going to have this going back and forth. Got coaches on the left and coaches on the right yelling at each other. Guess who's in the middle? Me and Justin. This is great. First and 10 at midfield. Thomas back to pass. He's got time. Sets up, flags it out there complete. Osayan Osegbe's got it first down, 35-yard line.
Western really needed that one. That's a good breath of fresh air. A successful pass play on offense.
Western on the move after that personal foul against CAPO Valley. See if they can cash this in. That's been two first downs now on penalties. And Osegbe in motion from right to left. Thomas rolls out, steps up in the pocket, throws, complete. Inside the 25-yard line. That's Aiden Payne. And that's enough for a Western first down as he gets it out to the 22-yard line.
A great job by Chance Thomas. He's on the rollout on that play. And then to avoid this speed of CAPO, he steps up on the rollout and just gets that ball out right before hitting the line of scrimmage. And Aiden Payne's able to pick up the first down.
Motion man comes. That's on Osegbe. He goes from right to left. Back to passes Thomas. Steps up in the pocket, and down he goes. That'll be another sack for CAPO Valley.
That time, Chance, I think just hearing some of those footsteps from earlier.
Eidmuller on the stop.
Yeah, I'm just having trouble hearing myself. Yeah, that time, Chance is hearing footsteps from earlier. He tried to break through the pocket, and he really didn't. There was a pocket there. He could have stayed where he was at, but CAPO's been playing fast and playing hard.
Second down. Just quickly throws it out, incomplete.
Get on it. He got away with one there.
That was close. As Dogba, it was close to being one of those sideways passes they call a lateral. And officials were right on that one, blowing that one dead. Third down and 13 from the CAPO Valley 25-yard line. 6:47 to go here in the third quarter. It's 28-14 CAPO Valley. Two receivers on either side of the formation on third down. Big third down for the Pioneers. Thomas back to pass, looking for Payne in the end zone. He gets pushed. That's pass interference.
Great job there.
Oh, that one blindfolded.
Payne turning around, and really trying to get his eyes back toward that ball. The defensive back essentially just tackling Payne.
Well, he's got
before the ball was even there.
Well, Payne's got about 6 inches on him, so it makes sense why, it's actually a good play by the defender. He's got to do that, otherwise it's a touchdown.
Yeah, I agree.
So that'll give them half the distance to the goal, first down. What's going on over here?
They were just saying
nutty.
the same thing that they were saying.
This is nutty.
Some stuff we'll leave off the air.
No, they can hear it. It's getting heard, I'm sure. If we can hear it, they can hear it. Oh, gosh. First and 10, Western. They got it at the 12-yard line. Thomas hands off Lindsey, and he looks like he got tackled. Yeah, he did. He got tackled down to the 15-yard line. He'll lose a couple on the play. Skylar Lindsey just can't get going. This is his toughest game as a Pioneer. He's carried the ball about 10 times, but he's got nothing going on. Second down, and we'll call it 13, back at the 15-yard line. They can still get a first down at the 3 as the clock winds, 6:09 to go, and this is a very competitive ball game. Emotions are high here in the Handel Stadium press box. Two receivers on either side of the formation. Thomas back to pass, sets up throws behind the receiver, is able to pull it in, and inside the 10-yard line, that looked like Bunchy. And he gets down to the 8-yard line. They'll bring up a third down and 5.
It's a good job catching that football. It was a little bit towards the tall and towards the back shoulder. Then he had to turn the opposite way to avoid the tackler. Was able to avoid that tackler and pick up a few extra yards, which makes it a more manageable 3rd and 5.
Third down and 5. Ball's in the right hash mark at the 8-yard line. Three receivers bunched to the left side of the formation. Two backs in the backfield. Motion man comes. Rolling out to his left is Thomas. And he just throws it away. Gets pushed out of bounds. And it goes incomplete, 4th down. Nothing was really materializing in the end zone there. He was looking for Bunchy to get open, and Bunchy was well covered there. I think that was Aiden Payne.
And then Chance Thomas tossed that one out and was hit good little bit after that too. So Chance maybe wanted a call on the end of that, but the way you kind of toss that out of bounds, you're not going to get a call.
Nah, not when you're turning into a running back, basically. Aiden Payne was the intended receiver on that one. 4th down. Western keeping the offense on the field, obviously. Lindsey sets off to the left side. Timeout here. Taken by Western. That's their second timeout of the half. So 4:58 to go here in the third quarter. It's CAPO Valley 28, Western 14.
A much different pace here in the second half so far.
Yeah, it's still fast. Those Capo Valley guys, they're flying to the ball like no other. So, I don't know, Justin. 4th down, what do you got called? You're the offensive coordinator. I know you're not an offensive guy. Pretend that you are. What are you going to call here?
4th down and 6. You have a lot open to you, but I don't think you can go wrong with, going spread and running slants, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Or a slant?
Get that. You got to go spread. You can go double slant because when you're at the 6-yard line, you run a 7-yard slant. Good receiver is going to get inside that pocket of the corner, and you're able to box out and get that touchdown, right? And they don't even need a touchdown. They need a 1st down there.
They need 5 yards here.
5 yards, yeah. So
okay, well, ball's on the right hash mark, so it makes it tough to roll out to the right. Western sends out trips, bunch to the left side there. Like you said, they spread out the field here. Look for a Chance Thomas run. And there he goes. He takes off running. Chance Thomas going to be close. I think he's got it. Chance Thomas has the 1st down. I think I called that one, Justin.
Yep, you did. You called it. It's almost like you watch film, Kent.
Amazing, huh? Chance Thomas using his legs, converting a huge 4th down there to give Western a 1st and goal down to the 3-yard line. Western sends full house backfield. They hand off Lindsey. He's got it. He's getting close. Is he in? No, stopped just short. Lindsey inside the 1-yard line. This is where you want to see Western get up under center.
And they're ready to go again.
They are.
Time we got off the line quicker than they did. It's been a while since that's happened. So now our offense is doing something.
2nd and goal from the 1. Handoff, Lindsey, and he's not getting there. He got stopped right at the line of scrimmage. There was a little missed handoff there. It looked like the ball came out kind of funny. And that's going to lead a 3rd down and goal from the 1. Third and goal. Now what are you calling, Justin? Push here?
Naked bootleg.
Naked bootleg. Okay.
To the far side of the field. It's not what we're lining up in, though.
I'd get up under center. Thomas. Handoff. Lindsey can't get to the outside. He's stuffed. He'll lose 3 on the play. Actually, lose 4 on the play. Back to the 5-yard line, as there was nothing there.
And that's tough. I don't like putting the running back in that position. A pistol with the read option. You're starting him 6-7 yards back, and this team's been playing fast all night.
And they're bringing the house.
Yeah.
4th and goal from the 5. Big play from Handel Stadium here. Ernest Nunley checks into the ball game, replacing Taylor. Trips to the right side. 4th and goal. Ball's in the middle of the field. Thomas sets up quickly, throws incomplete, looking for Nunley, and Capo Valley stones the Pioneers, and they'll take over on downs.
Pioneers showing some heart there in that series, trying to get back on the board, but now on the backside of this, we're seeing Pioneers showing some bad body language. We had a coach or parent or something just legitimately walk with the player across the field in the middle of the game. I'm not quite sure what's going on, Kent.
Yeah. We'll let
Parents
it go
just
with that.
now walking down the sideline looking for somebody else to talk to. I'm not quite sure.
Okay, well, Capo Valley's got it. Back at their own 5-yard line. 1st and 10. Handoffs. Rule. He's got a rule. He's got room. Try to get to the outside. He's got a 1st down and more. As he crosses the 15 to the 17-yard line, 1st down. Clock is stopped at 2:32 while they set the change, but then they'll go ahead and wind it again. Make that Gerson.
Madness, like the defense.
Garrison?
Madness, like the defense.
Garrison? Yeah, Garrison on the carry. No, that was Rule. That was Garrison. For Capo Valley. Finds a creek for Capo Valley finds a crease. 18 yards on that pickup. First and 10 at, at their own 35. Western moves, doesn't quite jump.
Make that catch and keep moving.
Yeah.
Nunley's one of those playmaking kind of guys. He wants to get on a run, but you got to remember, you got that fair catch, and you could have saved your team about 12 yards in field position.
We'll see what Chance Thomas can do here. And the Pioneers. First and 10 at the 14-yard line. Motion man comes. And that, boy, I'll tell you what, just blown up there by Capo Valley again. Yeah, they're playing like into the Western backfield. They're like 2 yards into it.
And we're just taking a while to even hand the ball off.
Yeah,
it's taking us longer to hand the ball to Skylar. I've never seen it be this long for us to hand the ball off.
Well, I think it seems this long because they're in there so quickly. I mean, they're literally just 3 yards in the backfield, and he lost 3 on that play. Second down and 13. Thomas back, sets up quickly, throws, complete, out to the right side. Bunchy's got it out to the 20-yard line, and that'll be the end of the third quarter. The score at the end of 3, Capo Valley 28, Western 14. You know, in this second quarter, I mean that third quarter, kind of a fast-moving third quarter. Capo Valley looks strong, but, you know, Western still hung in there, and they still have an opportunity.
It's still very much a game, and Western is battling back right now, showing, you know, they got a good team to hold each other up as they go through this game. Chance is battling it, you know, getting that ball out to Bunchy that last play. We're just having to make sure a lot of things go our way to get these plays off successfully. You know, that's what's tough, is we can't get a running game going by just simply handing the ball off. You know, this Capo front 5 or front 4, whatever they're using, has been very successful at just getting that jump on us. And, yeah, our running backs having a ton of trouble with it.
You know, it's almost like, you know, if you're not able, they're just so much faster up front. You almost like you got to go max protect, have less guys out in the formation, and you got playmakers out there. Your better athletes should be able to go ahead and beat some of the defenders out there for Capo. But
allow yourself an extra guy to help build that pocket, right?
Right, because they're coming with pressure.
Yeah, and you're getting guys open. When you have the time, our athletes are able to break away and get open. So on the back end, we've got the speed to match, if not beat them, right? Especially in the skill playing positions. However, for the most part, this game, you know, it's only been a handful of times, 2-3 times that, you know, Chance has been able to throw deep and not have somebody knocking him down or in his face or tipping the ball.
Well, 3rd down and 4 as they switch ends of the field, as in this fourth quarter, Western's going from left to right towards the scoreboard. 20-yard line, back to pass is Thomas, steps up in the pocket, and he's got a first down as he gets tripped up as he crossed the 25-yard line. And Chance Thomas using his legs to get out there.
That was a great job by Chance Thomas.
Yeah, he had a lot of green there and just barely got tripped up. Otherwise, he's still running.
That was another great Thomas that played on this field and went on to play Division I football, and his name was Clarence Thomas. That just came to my mind out of nowhere.
First and 10 Western. They've got it at their own 28-yard line, just starting here this fourth quarter. Dog ball in motion, back to passes Thomas. He's in trouble, down he goes. Oh, and there's another hit comes in.
That time Chance has got a rusher in his face, and he tries to fall back to avoid it, and that's the disastrous move specifically on that play.
Especially when a really fast guy like that, he'll lose 10 on that sack. Back inside the 20-yard line to the 18.
Yeah, there's only 2 choices there. You got to take it down and run, or you got to turn out the back door and get away from that.
Yeah, you
can't fall backwards.
Nope, not that way. Not against this guys. Second down and 20. Trips out to the left side. Thomas back to pass. Now he's just looking at the rush, and he throws it away. Yeah, you know what's funny?
You know, that was a fantastic job, Kent, by Skylar Lindsay. If you notice, Chance Thomas put the ball down like he was going to hand it off.
They were trying to set up a screen down there, but there's two offensive linemen that were 10 yards downfield. Oh, my God.
That's why it was off, huh?
Yeah.
I was just going to say, what I noticed there from watching was I thought Skylar Lindsay took it upon himself to pick up a blitz, and that's why he didn't go for the ball fake on the handoff because they had pressure coming, and Lindsay did effectively pick up the blitz. But, yeah, like you said, we had some miscommunication there by the linemen. Clearly, we're not running 10 yards down the field if we're in a screen, right?
Yeah, no. Yeah, there's something really going on there. 3rd down and 20. 2 receivers on either side of the formation. Thomas back to pass. He's in trouble again. Down he goes. Yeah, there's this they're smelling blood. Their ears are pinned back, and the quarterback is on his back. He'll lose another 10. And the punting unit comes on for the Pioneers.
Chance is frustrated.
Yeah, he's got to keep his helmet on, though.
Yeah.
Frustrated or not. Sorry, buddy. Helmet stays on. Capo Valley going to get the ball in great position here, you would think. Azinski 3 yards deep. And he barely gets that one off. Bounces. And smartly getting away from his Capo Valley. As the ball dives right at the 39-yard line. Inskeep did a nice job of getting that one away as the rush is coming hard. Yeah, it's kind of like remember the old record players? I don't know, do you even remember a record player? No, okay.
Oh, yeah, record player? Yeah, I have one of those.
Okay, so there's some things that go at 33 speed, the other ones go, the little small ones, they went at 45. Well, Capo Valley's running at 45.
Yeah.
They're running slow.
Different speed, different needle, baby.
Yep, that's just way faster. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Capo Valley looking to put this ball game away. Garrison on the right side. Huge hole. He goes. He's going. He's in. Touchdown. Flags. 2 flags on the play there. So this one may be called back.
Yeah, I was going to say something had to happen there around the edge because it looked like we had guys going there to make a play, and then nobody was there. Turned the corner, and he was free to go.
Well, here's the thing you don't like. It's like even though you got held, there was just no effort. There's a hold there, but is he that much faster than everybody on defense? Are you checked out now?
Well, and that's the tough part about the whole. I don't want to be critical of Chance right now. I think he's growing phenomenally as a leader, but when he took that helmet off before he got off to the sideline and he's walking off the field, that was that sign to the rest of his team as a leader that he kind of frustrated and he's throwing it in a little bit, and it spreads quickly.
1st and 15, handoff. Garrison, and he gets stopped right at the line of scrimmage, loses helmet on the play. As Hardy on the stop. And that'll bring us 2nd and 15.
What I do like, though, Ken, is after a quick minute of frustration, Chance walked back. He picked his helmet back up. He didn't throw it down, nothing crazy. He took a minute to breathe. He just put on the headphones, probably talked to his offensive coordinator, and now he's back locked into the game with the helmet on. So good on Chance.
2nd down and 15. Empty backfield. Set up a screen to the right side. And that's Saavedra still running. And he's inside the 35-yard line. Close to a 1st down there.
At the end of this weekend, I think as a linebacking core, we might have to consider moving up a full yard because we are deep in our steps. We were starting at 5 yards as a linebacking core pretty often tonight. And that's huge when it comes to them getting these edges, like how they're doing when they run. That's you not just going to open up your hips. You're taking a lateral stance rather than opening up and getting to where you need to go. I think we might be a little bit too lax there in the linebacking group. We're taking a little too much time to get to wherever we're going.
Well, I don't even, I can't even answer that because, I don't know how we normally would. But, this is all back to they're running at 45, we're running at 33. They're just it could be, that could be part of it. But, to your point, if they may need to be moving up a little bit to actually make to make that stop, to make the game a little bit more tighter.
Yeah, I agree. And
because, like you said, they're able to get the edge real easily.
It's going to be a really interesting one to watch on film because it just really – there's something here that we're missing a little bit, or they're just doing a tremendous job of doing, and I can't quite put my finger on it. I mean, obviously we can see visually that there's a speed difference a bit getting off the football, but I do think that there's something within their actual game plan or scheme that they're doing that's causing Western problems consistently. I don't know if it's that they're switching up between the linebackers and D-line, who they're dropping back into coverage, and sometimes it's showing one way and playing another way, and that's just tough for us to process. I've never had to do that as a lineman or a running back, so I can't speak on that. But I will say that it's been very clear that they are doing a better job than all of our previous opponents on, the speed to the ball, the speed in the play, and on defense, beating us off the ball. So,
yeah, it's. I'm not sure what the holdup is here. I mean,
I think they're trying to figure out. They're going to tell them to add some time to the clock, possibly, because the clock was running. So I'm not sure if that's what's going on here. They're trying to figure that out, but we are completely at a standstill here now for a good minute, longer than your typical timeout, right?
Yeah, but they get better analysis from us, right?
Yeah, there you go. Gives us some time to catch up and talk.
But I think you're right. If you got a team that's much faster than you really can't get them the edge like that. So pick your poison. You're going to have to get closer to the line of scrimmage, or either that or you give up the edge all night long.
Well, anytime that you drop as a linebacker into pass coverage, you shouldn't be going forward or sideways. You should be dropped backwards, which means that you're tied in there playing the run first. That's the whole point of it first, right?
Well, here we go. Back to live action. Spencer, empty backfield. Back to pass he goes. Sets up, throws quickly and complete. And Ernest Nunley in coverage there, but that's still a first down. And that's the first catch of the night.
That's kind of precisely what I'm talking about there. Jacob Taylor's playing at 6 yards. If you're playing at 4 and you open up the hip and turn out, that ball's being thrown right there to your guy. Your hands are on it. You possibly have an interception or a tip of ball. But when you start at 6, you have no chance of making that play.
First and 10. They've got it at the Western 20-yard line. 7:25 to go here in the fourth. It's all Capo Valley as Gerson gets the corner again. And it's like, I know as an outside linebacker, you're sitting here dying, Justin.
Yeah, this was a hard one
man.
for me. This is already one I want to see the film. I just want to see the film so bad because I'm not quite sure how he's getting to the corner with such a head of steam. I mean, yeah, it's one of those ones, as a linebacker, these are the ones these where you have to be big game performer on these games.
Yeah. Second down and 2 at the Western 12. Spencer, handoff. That's Rule, I believe, and I think he's going to be close to the first down. He had to get to the 10. And not sure if they're waving him fourth or not. Clock is winding still with 6:20, and official says first down. So 6:19 to go. The clock is winding. First and goal. First and goal. Capo Valley at the 10-yard line. Capo looking to put the nail in the coffin here. Trips out to the left side this time. Garrison off to the left side. Spencer keeping it himself. Flags will stop this play. As generally that means movement by somebody a little too soon. And there's a procedure call against Capo Valley. They'll move back 5. Yeah, coming off of we kind of wondered coming into this ball game, how is how's Western going to respond? After two big big blowout wins, and they came in. They're a little flat. Well, that and a lot of flags tonight, but still, they look flat. Hoop sets up throws, complete. Saavedra's got it, diving toward the end zone. He's going to be stopped short. Saavedra to the 1 yard line, 2nd and goal there.
Well, it looks like there's a lot of interesting games that we'll talk about towards the end of the night, how they're turning out. But right now, Capo Valley just trying to press to get that 3-score lead.
Handoff, Garrison, and he gets spun around and walks into the end zone. Flag comes in late after the play. But there's another Capo Valley touchdown.
That time the running back was able to break 2 tackles and spins himself into the end zone. And
he's a freshman. That's a freshman.
Yep.
That's a freshman doing a nice job running the ball for Capo Valley.
Real freshman or super freshman?
You mean true freshman? Not a red
True
shirt?
freshman or super freshman? So we're in a common high school now.
Oh, they're a super freshman. Okay,
some of these super freshmen, they go to these really good schools like WCA and stuff, and they're ready to play football. They got to take that extra 8th grade year and play the OC, OG Ducks, OC,
Yeah.
That's what they do nowadays. There's a difference-making freshman on Santa Margarita playing running back as well.
So there's a personal foul at the end of it. The touchdown was good, so they'll enforce that on the kickoff. So Capo Valley on to try this extra point.
And Kent, they must have had the score incorrect earlier because now they have it as Bosco 63, J. Sarah 21.
That sounds a little more like it. There's a perfect snap. Ball is up, and it is no good. You missed it off to the right. So with 5:24 to go here in this 4th quarter, is Capo Valley 34 and Western 14.
Both teams have missed an extra point tonight.
So, again, this game's obviously not over. And we'll just see what Western can do. Again, you got to imagine a couple things happen. The run's not going to be respected at all by Capo Valley. So they'll just drop in coverage, I assume, and bring everybody. I don't know if you can do both. That sounds like an oxymoron. You can't drop in coverage and bring everybody.
Right, you drop everybody in coverage and you bring 5,
Bring 5, there you go.
They've been able to get the job done while bringing 5 all night, so you have no worry really about, playing a little looser in coverage and still bringing 5 because you've already done it in tighter coverage all night. I don't think they're going to be too concerned with that. I think right now you're just looking as a coach, you're like, I'm up 3 scores and it's 5 minutes left to go in the game. It's pretty much, mathematically impossible.
There was
they just did an
onside
onside kick. That was going to be a bully move right there. They wanted to really. You got to respect that one. And Western better get back to the line and get freaking ready right now, Kent, because they're not going to not do that kick. They were ready to do that onside kick, and even if they were offsides, they may just do it again, just because that's the kind of mood they're in right now, and we have had a lot of back and forth. Gotta imagine these 2 coaching staffs are at each other's throats right now, so to say.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, this is one of those, for Western when they get into practice next week, as they get ready for El Medina. This is where you gotta look yourself in the mirror and say, did I really give it my all this week? Am I really ready to play at this level? Okay. Western's not up looking for an onside kick again. I don't think Capo's going to do it. And Here he goes. Boots it. High kick. Off to the side. Kicks it out of bounds. That's kind of a bust. Like, oh, man.
I mean, honestly, the onside kick originally, I mean, why?
Why? Well,
There's only one reason why.
you're saying they want to rub the nose?
Oh, yeah.
Nose in it?
Is
that what you're saying?
This is kind of like what this feels like today is like that first fight where you thought you were going to beat the older brother, you were going to beat him up, you kind of had him where you wanted him, you were beating him up, and then he freaking pulled it out, got you to the ground, put his knees on your shoulders, and you couldn't move. And he was like, you thought you were going to, beat my A today, and it didn't work out.
Yeah.
You thought you were going to belt to butt me, and it didn't work out.
Well, here we go. See what Western can do here. Pressure coming, sets up, throws quickly to Bunchy. And Bunchy gets surrounded. Those guys, I'll tell you what, CAPO flies to the ball. They fly that gang tackling out there. Even the ball's out in the perimeter. They're able to get outside and make tackles.
That's what it is. They carry their lanes together evenly perfect. Like, you see when they both go after a screen, it's like two guys running at the same speed and in their lanes exactly. It makes it really impossible to make one move and get around. You're going to get hit.
And there's another flag. Yeah.
You got one cornerback coming down to make the tackle and a linebacker coming down to make the tackle, but they meet at the precipice together at the utmost point of making that tackle. There's two guys there more than not for El Capo meeting to make the tackle, and that is setting a tone for the defense all night. Whereas when we're making tackles, we're usually one guy's getting there to start the tackle, and sometimes it takes a second or third to come finish the tackle.
Right.
And there's a time gap in between that happening where their guys are there together.
Well, they got a hold against CAPO. That'll give Western a first down right at midfield. 4:45 to go. Here in the fourth, it's 34-14. CAPO Valley. We'll see if the Pioneers can mount something here. And they got to do it quick. They've got one timeout left. Thomas back to pass. 5-man pressure. He takes off. Now he breaks one tackle. He's looking downfield. He's got the ball hold really loose, and down he goes. There's times where you're looking downfield, and there's times where you're looking at the rush. And I think at this point he's looking down at the rush.
Yeah. He had three guys open there when he was able to break away from that the second time, but he'd already been pressured twice in a row before he was able to break away. It's just a whole lot going on for Chance to process. And to that regard, there's only one way to build that experience. It's in tough situations like this.
Second down and 16. Thomas back to pass, sets up, hit as he throws, caught, but not much of a gain at all there for Bunchy. Actually, that was Payne. Payne picked up 4 on the play. Third down and 11 at the 49-yard line. Clock's continuing to wind. 3:39 to go here in this ball game. Western got to get the plays in a little bit faster. Going to try to make anything happen here. Good-sized crowd here for this ball game. Thomas rolls out, sees pressure. Now he's trying to get outside. Slides down, well short of the first down. Yeah, I don't know, Justin. When you feel that, it's like the cumulative effect of pressure. That's what I think we're seeing tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Fourth down and 7.
Now that boxer stays in your face all night, keeps punching, keeps coming forward. Round 5 comes around, you're like, dude, I'm tired.
Yeah.
You've been hitting me not as hard as other guys hit me, but you've been in my face punching me nonstop 500 times. It's a CAPO's
It's all of them added up. It's doing it to us.
Cumulative effect. As Thomas breaks pressure and still on his feet. And he's got the first down. Chance Thomas. You know, there's times where you feel like, do I got to do it on my own? You know, because now you got some of the free receivers over there going, hey, man, we were open. They didn't throw to us. You know, I got 2 receivers here going, where's the ball?
Chance showing great character tonight. You know, had that little bit of a tiff right there, and then he's out here back leading again, working his butt off. And I thought he was sacked dead to rights there, and he breaks off for first down.
He should have been. He just, again, great athleticism by Chance Thomas on that play. 1st and 10, Western. Thomas looking for Bunchy. 50-50 ball, and it goes incomplete.
That was just a good high IQ play by the cornerback there. They're both waiting for that ball to drop down. No one's beat anybody, but the only way Bunchy's going to have a chance is to maybe try to put a little push on him and body him. Both those guys are smaller guys, and as that ball comes down, the cornerback just decides he'd already spotted it. He's just going to knock it out of there and keep it safe.
2nd down and 10 from the 35-yard line. We're at 2:05 to go here in the ballgame. Thomas back to pass, sets up, throws, almost intercepted. It was intercepted. And CAPO's going to take that one the distance to put the icing on the cake. Into the house. The ball got tipped up in the air, and then taking it the rest of the way was Isaiah Bennett. And that ball is intercepted, and CAPO puts the nail in the coffin and sends the Western Pioneer fans heading for the streets.
That was Beisel tipped that one up, and his teammate, that's Isaiah Bennett, takes that one in as Beisel is his blocking guard all the way to the end zone. And that's kind of that's a tough one right there, but it does wrap the night up pretty much as Western was making a push there to try to get some more points on the board, right? And that was just kind of encompasses the night. You know, there's a nice little play going on there for them. They got the tip and then get a lucky interception. Not lucky, but in the right place, right time. Everybody's moving the right way. And it's kind of just how CAPO's night's been going. They've been playing fast and physical, and good things happen when you do that. And, yeah, as we were late getting onto the field here to block the extra point.
Yeah, we're too busy out there.
Our coaches are going to be frustrated right now because we got some players that have checked out.
Totally.
They don't need to be told. Yeah, they shouldn't need to be told that they need to be ready to get in on the extra point block. Like, come on, my man. You got to be watching the game. If you're on extra point block and they did an interception for a touchdown, it's your turn to get in, to block the kick, because that's what you do after an interception return for a touchdown. And good coaching's going on down there right now to calm that young man down and get it right. It's all right.
Yeah. Yeah, so
I do like, though, that despite the adversity in this game and how hard played it's been and at times a little bit rough that it's been, we haven't lost our head, Kent. We've almost had that happen. Haven't quite lost it. It's been close and scary, but
we're definitely riding on the edge of that.
Yes.
Yeah, losing.
I just don't want to say that three-letter word yet, because I gotta believe that we're not gonna lose our head. We got it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a learning experience against a good team. Boy, oh boy, tonight has just been. Even CAPO's frustrated me.
Well, no, they're well coached. They're aggressive. They're a lot of things, and you actually saw that on paper coming in. You see it on film that they're very aggressive defensively, and they're in your face constantly. And if you don't have your head on straight, it's going to get in your head, and it certainly did tonight. I mean, that's my takeaway from it. But it's easy for me. I'm sitting up here. I'm not getting hit all the time, so it's easy for me to say. But I'll tell you what, you look at. I've seen the play of our guys before, and there's a way you play when you're ahead, and there's a way you play when you're behind.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're getting your nose stomped in, how are you playing?
There's the way you play when it's 0-0 or 14-14, but you just feel all week that you have the edge on this guy and you're going to beat him anyways, right?
Right.
It's just a different way you play in each one of those positions. And tonight we did have our oomph and our swagger a little bit about us, but I'd say we were just a little slow all night. Like you said, there was a little bit of a hangover from the big win and then the bye week together, and CAPO was beaming on all cylinders.
Yeah, they were. Dog ball on the return gets out to the 23-yard line. So a minute 44, all you want to do now is just get out, go home. And that's really all you can say about what to do here the rest of the way.
It's not how you wanted to start league play, but you know, it's really, this team's known all year long that this league is no joke. It's a wood chipper in this league, and
it's funny. I was talking to Coach Yarborough yesterday at the JV game. We're talking about the difference between this league and then the Orange League, and in the Orange League, you can play like this and still be okay. As nice run, probably the longest run of the night there by Montes. Is that Javier Montes? It can't
14. Yes, unless somebody else is wearing his number.
That does not look like Javier Montes. That's number 14.
Yeah, no, it isn't. That guy's not 6 foot.
No, he's not. Whoever he is fast. Come on. Another big run there. Yeah, I don't know who that is, but there's a Western Pioneer there, number 14, that is quick.
He just went up to Skyler and said, "Hey, can I get a couple carries, dog? I think I got something for these guys."
Yeah, we're a minute to go. There's our leading rusher of the ball game tonight. Last 2 carries, but this might be a function of Capo Valley just saying, okay, just don't beat us deep. Plus, Capo Valley's got a bunch of clean jerseys out there, so I think that could be part of it too.
The first 2 times Capo was like, "Oh, this guy's back. This small dude's back here. That's probably a freshman or sophomore." Like, yeah, he's for sure running play action. Just stay back here.
Well, and they got a lot of clean jerseys out there.
Yeah, you're right. Getting those other guys.
Pretty clear what's going on. Some Delta League play there for everybody as the second unit comes in. Nice run there again by our mystery guy.
I like this mystery guy, mystery guy.
Yeah, me too. We're at 28 seconds to go. What should be the final play of the game. I mean, this is actually, I don't know. Mystery guy again, left side, trying to get the corner, and knocked out of bounds right at the 15-yard line of Capo with 8 seconds to go.
They got to give it to mystery guy one more time, right?
Yeah. We'll call him MG.
He's a running back. Where's a wide receiver's number? A quarterback's number?
Yeah.
I guess these days it's a running back's number 2. It could be.
And they're going to let this ball game in. Well, that'll do it. Final score here from Handel Stadium. Capo Valley 40 will come in. Let some policy on your Western Pioneers, 41-14.
Yep. Capo said, "Respect my authority." Capo's legit tonight, man. That was a good squad out there. Western's got a good squad still, but can I come away from that game thinking that we just got taught what the gap in the game was that we're missing?
What was that?
Well, you're going to go watch film tomorrow, and this is where you're going to figure out what we're missing to be a really good playoff, possibly championship team, wherever we end up. They just exposed us to our gap, what it is that we're missing, right? And now what it is exactly, I don't know. The team knows, though. They know, and they're going to figure out with their coaches, and their coaches are going to make sure they know after this game why they lost this game. But I feel we've been very strong in all of our other games. Obviously, Huntington Beach did beat us too. Capo was a different type of win, though. Capo, they lined up and they played our game how we wanted to play it against them, and they beat us clearly Yeah,
this does remind me a little bit of the Huntington Beach game where, talent-wise, we're pretty close. But there's a, I'm going to say discipline. There's a discipline that these two teams had that we're missing. And it showed up tonight as, they're, I don't know, man.
Those guys on the CAPO side, quick story, they just brought Pop Warner back for that community because of these guys, Ken. These guys grew up playing together. CAPO has not had a Pop Warner team for probably 7-8 years since these guys were young tykes, right? 6 years on average. But it's a very good football community down there. These guys love football. We love football too. Today, they executed better than we did. That was clear as day. And you can't win a game in which you are not executing up to the level of your opponent at least. You might not win the execution game, but you have to be at the level of your opponent. And that's where we got to get better if we want to be a serious contender this year.
Okay, well, the Pioneers are on the road next Friday to take on the El Medina Vanguards at Fred Kelly Stadium. For Justin Connolly, this is Kent McHale saying goodnight from Handle Stadium, where the Pioneers fall to 4-2, losing to the Capo Valley Cougars 41-14. Good night, all.
this is the end of the Pioneer Press this is the end of the PSPN on the Pioneer Press. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you all next time. Good night, everyone. And once again, I would like to apologize for the audio only. To everyone still watching, there has been an exclusive content contract that's been signed. So to us, we could not show any video contents. So we apologize for the inconvenience. However, we are going to get full highlights up shortly. If not today, then tomorrow. Again, we apologize for the inconvenience. But once again, we will get full highlights tomorrow as soon as we can. Once again, thank you all so much for joining us, and we wish you all good night.